Okay, guys, we are live. So for those listening at home, welcome to the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. My name is Kevin Madison, and I will be your friendly Dungeon Master this evening. Tonight, we are carrying on with our ongoing campaign playing Advanced Dungeons & Dragons 2nd Edition, the backwards edition, playing through the classic Carl Sargent authored Night Below campaign. And with me tonight are the stars of the Night Below campaign. I'll go the order I've got you guys on the screen here. Tell us who you are, who you're playing, and what level are you currently. First up, we have John.
Hey everyone, I am John. I am playing in Dorman Kettleborn. He is a gnome illusionist thief, and he is, I believe, a level 7 thief and 5.5 wizard.
Very nice. Next up is Arlen.
Hi, I'm Arlen. I am playing Bergour, who is a 7th level dwarven fighter.
Very nice. And last but certainly not least is Jeffrey.
Hey everybody, I'm Jeff, and tonight I'm going to be playing Calidor, the Elven Fighter Thief, and he is currently level 6.5.
Nice. We have a bunch of other players who are going to be trickling in throughout the evening as well too. People have got earlier commitments, but we'll introduce them as they come in. One thing of note though is that everyone who was here last session is not here this session, so I cannot ask any of you guys what happened last time. What I think we will begin with instead, and then we'll go back and explain what's happened for the day or so that you guys have been here, is we'll throw you into the right into the thick of things here. So you guys have been in Palfrey's Keep for about 2 days now, maybe a little bit longer. The first day you guys were there, you had a meeting with Lord Palfrey, and the entire group, helped enormously by Dorman's illusions, explained the circumstances with the bones, the remains that you guys had transported from well down in the Thornwood near Broken Spire Keep. And turns out that Lord Palfrey did eventually acknowledge. At first, he was still denying that this was true, and then once you guys explained what happened, it turns out that the sort of the legend of the lost heir of the Palfreys is well known to them, but it is seen as a point of shame because they are actually not of the specific true line, as it were. They are his second marriage. In a completely new place. So for reason of just persisting shame from one of the earlier Palfreys after Lothar, they just never, refused to acknowledge that there was ever any other place for it. So you guys are in the... you will be having the... what do you call it? The remains interred. Oh, where did I put the... Dang it. I think I left my names in the other room. Hold on. Yeah. Let me double check here, guys. Sorry. So I got all my names written down. And I'm pretty sure I left it in... Yep. I left it in the other room. So Edric is the name of the priest who is there as well. I think it's... Oh, I don't remember the name of what's here? Hold on. Yep, I got it. Got my notes. Quit panicking, guys. You guys can stop panicking. Arlen, stop panicking. It's okay.
I was quaking in my boots.
Yeah. Aiden is the name of the smith who Druin wanted to get that shield made from the Bulay's hide. Off screen, Bergour, you presented that sword to Lintern as well too. Because the guys were planning on heading off in search of that Boulay, the mother Boulay. I think everyone except for Arlen. That might be news to Arlen. The guys defeated a Boulay. Oh, you were there for that.
I was there for that part.
The post-credit thing that I described there was not just for show. As far as the guys know, Kuiper is dead.
Uh-oh.
Kuiper's both Max's family farm and then Kuiper's farm were hit by a larger Boulay. and a small number of them evacuated and made their way to Thurmaster. And unfortunately, Kuiper was the one holding the line, and as far as Max knows, he and Max's father and Max's eldest brother are all dead, in addition to a lot of farmhands and things like that. So the other thing that it might be news to you, Bergour, is that there are an enormous amount of refugees in Thurmaster currently. They are there because the rumors you heard about the lizard folk coming out of the Shrieking Mire, that has proven to be true. The Druin also found out, I'm trying to just give you the high points of what you guys need for getting yourself situated here. Calidor and Druin are making a pitch to buy the Hound and Tail, the pub or the inn or whatever that's in Thurmaster, because they don't like Weismar. They don't like the owner of it.
I would definitely put my money in that as well.
Is it kind of a shithole?
It's an enormous shithole. Yeah.
After we get done with it.
There was a great deal of discussion about the importance of eel pies and cooking them in the correct way in the last session. There also was, let's see here. Druin also found out that based on the size that he saw in there, he was elaborating the size of the green dragon that you saw, and the what's his name, Aiden, the chatty Cathy Smith, said that's about, oh yeah, when he heard him say it was 250 feet long, he said, oh yeah, that may have been the queen of the mire you saw. But when he described the color, he's like, well, that's not right. And then Druin, when he finally fessed up and was like, well, actually it wasn't that long, turns out there is whatever that green dragon may have been, the queen of the mire is said to have scales the color of wet peat. So,
yeah, didn't one of the paladins was really into dragons?
Yep, that was Yep, not Arturius, but the other guy.
Reynard.
Reynard, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay. You also found. So what you guys will be hearing, I think that. Oh, and the pitch was made to the Seneschal. It's a guy whose name is Ranaval, and Ranaval had some pointed questions about, well, if the guy's about Weismar charging triple prices and things like that, and his price. So he's like, well, if he's charging triple the prices, doesn't that mean he's getting more taxes that he's paying back to the keep then, or to the count? And they made their best pitch for why he should. A lot of it was very eel pie based. So if you're wondering what those eel pie jokes were in the Night Below Discord this week, it's because of that. We spent 40 minutes, I think, talking about eel pies. So what we're opening with, guys, is the lot of you, Calendar, Bergour, and Dorman, you guys have been. I'm actually putting you on different sides too. I think Bergour and Calder, you're probably dealing with one of the, one of the more martial inclined things. There's the Houndmaster, whose name was Tyler. So you may have been dealing with him at some point. Dorman, maybe you're coming from the kitchen, talking to them and planning something special for the following day. When coming into the courtyard, you guys can hear the sound, like you're used to the sound of training in here. Since you guys have returned, one other change, in addition to the whole keep being refurbished, has been the resumption of more aggressive training on the part of the household soldiers. Lintern, or Lord Lintern, appears to be quite keen on calling back to his roots, and it's only been by his father's decree that he would not do so that's prevented him from riding out against these lizard folk. it's also kept the smith quite busy now. So he was quite happy to have Druin jump in and help him with that stuff. What you guys find is, as you guys are making your way down, you've heard the sound of this, but then you can hear the sound of shouts. And I think that you guys know the difference between play combat or training and actual bloodshed. Bergour and Caldor, you certainly know that. And you can hear that there is someone. Let me change this. The music is a little more hopeful than it probably should be. Let's see, is this the one I want? Yeah, this is about right. So what you guys find is, as you sort of scoot down in there, you can see there's a scrum around, and you can hear members of the guard saying, "Get back, get back! Give him room! Give him room!" And to your horror, what you see as the crowd parts is the sword that you gifted Bergour, drenched, or dripping, I should say, in fresh blood, in the hands of Lintern Palfrey. One of the house guards is on the ground. Several others are wounded and keeping their way back. And Lintern has a wild look in his face that you think would be more at home on, say, the face of one of the gnolls or one of the savage orcs that you have previously faced, because he is completely lost to battle lust. So guys, let's move over to here. And Dorman, I think you've walked out to see this as well too. Let me just reposition where you guys are here. This is probably larger than what the actual courtyard is. There we go. So I got the two fighters are over there. Boom. And you're down there. The cook. the cook slash whatever. There's maybe a couple more of these guys, because these guys all have been worshipping Lintern at this point.
We didn't give him a cursed sword, did we?
Really looks that way.
So, when we played Ravenloft, I may have mentioned that there was a cursed item in one of our games that had yet to be revealed. Well, George was here last time, and George was like, "I knew it! I knew it! That sword!" All right, guys, so let's start this things off with some initiative. Okay, so Arlen, you've been away for a little bit, so let's, as a wide, big, welcome back, let's get you to kick us off with initiative here. So, everyone decide what you're doing with your round. Hold on, let me get my damn rolling box up here. Oh, and then Arlen, would you beat my 4, please? Nice. Nice, nice. All right, so I'm not acting until a 6.
So I'm... Oh, right, we type. Been away for so long, I forgot all of our procedures. By which I mean, I just was confusing it with Ash, where we type beforehand and then we go through.
Okay, so it looks like Bergour, you're up first. What are you doing?
All right, I'm just running towards the sound of conflict, and that means I can make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 squares worth of progress.
Okay. No! No! All right, then next up will be Dorman. What are you doing on a 4, Dorman?
Well, my little tiny gnomelings can't get me very far, but I'm going to move 2 squares forward and cast Enlarge on myself.
Okay.
So I can run faster.
Nice. Awesome. And then Lintern will unfortunately be up next. He is going to 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. He charges in at this guy here. And it is no practice swing whatsoever. Let's see here. He is level 4, so it would be a 17 Thaco. They're wearing chainmail, so that's a miss. He swings. The blood still flies off of the end of the sword. Then it is Calidor. What are you doing, Calidor?
Draw my shield and move in.
Did you say draw your shield or drop?
No, draw it up. Like, get it ready.
Yeah, get it ready. Got it. You got it. Yeah, yep. Okay. All right, guys. So that's the end of round 1. Let's go on to round 2. Arlen, so everyone decide what you're doing, and then Arlen kind of beat my 8. Nice, very nice. All right, I'm not until a 10. Dorn and Bergour on a 6. Counter.
I guess 10.
10. Okay, so Dorman and Bergour, you guys are up first. What are you doing?
Just moving again.
Dorman is human size now, so I can go 16 squares. Running.
Okay. And then Calidor, you're acting simultaneous with him. He misses again. Then it is Calidor's turn. What are you doing, Calidor?
I'm going to rush in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Move that way.
Okay. Then let's see here. That'll be the end of that round. Oh, he specialized, yeah. So he hits. That is 8 points. No, that's 10 points of damage. Would someone give me a D8 roll, please? Oh, shit. He slits, like, cuts this guy's throat. And he falls down. And then he spins. They're all sort of slowly trying to hem him in. But then he spins and uses his movement to run in on this guy. Then it is end of the round. Next round. Round 3. Arlen, once again, kicking my ass here. Whoa, we're back down to beat my 4, please. Yes. Okay, I am not until a 6. All right, Bergour, you're up first. What are you doing?
All right, just moving. 1, still running.
Yep.
2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Okay.
There
And
we go.
then Dorman, what are you doing?
Human size, I'm going to move up 4 squares. And we got 75 feet on this. I'm enlarging Bergour.
Okay.
Give him some extra speed.
The entire world shrinks, Bergour. It's the strangest thing. Then it's Calidor's turn. Oh, then it's actually his turn. Hold on. Yeah! Well, that's a fucking 17. Guys, give me a D8 roll, please.
Not it.
Oh, boy. I'd rolled 8 points of damage.
Oh.
He skewers through this guy and pulls him in. And then throws him to the ground and spins and starts charging towards the next. Calidor, you're up next. What are you doing?
Now I can reach him. I'm going to interpose myself here and get my shield out and try and block him and draw my sword.
Do you have a... Oh, so you could do that. Yeah, you could draw your sword. If you wanted a bull rush, you could have done that with your... You could slam him with your shield if you like.
Yeah, okay, sure. I might as well do that, I guess.
He's not wearing arm... Well, I mean, he's wearing chainmail, but it's nothing, you know...
So what do I roll for that?
Yeah, so basically, you're going to make... You're not specialized in it.
No.
Just give us a D20 roll, and then we'll figure it out. If it's super high, we'll know it's a yes. If it's super low, we'll know it's a no, and then it's just...
Like that?
You made it easy for us. However, you guys will have 3 points of Astonishing Fortune for now. So if you would like...
I won't use it on this attack.
Okay, so you try to get in there, and he dekes to the side, and is still eager for the fight. Then, that's the end of the round, guys. Round 4. Okay. Where's that color spray when you need it, eh?
It's coming.
You hear
The little
that?
feet.
Bergour, he's going to get you. Arlen, beat my 7, please.
Oh.
So I'm acting on a 9. It's a random chance if he's going to try and attack Caldor. Caldor, you're going to be a 4 or higher. No, he attacks the same guy. Guys, give me a D8 roll, please. I rolled 10 points of damage again. This guy's guts are spilling out. The guy saw you coming in, Caldor, and tries to sort of move to the side, taking his attention off of his master for a second. He sees it out of the corner of his eye and plunges it into the guy's neck and pulls back. His lifeblood spewing out, staining the courtyard as he falls to his knees. Next up will be... let's see here. When are you acting, Caldor?
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. I think you're after...
Yeah, I'm 14.
Okay, so you're 14? Oh, then you're up first, actually.
Yeah, I'm gonna attempt to disarm him.
Love it.
So I'm not sure what the attack roll is.
Okay,
I'm
hold
assuming I still make an attack roll.
You do, and you get the benefit.
Yeah, it's the attack roll versus -4 AC, right? And then he makes an attack roll against 0 AC.
Yes. I think that, yeah, that sounds right. And then, okay, so let's see here. Well, I rolled a 5 on mine. So I think your chances are good here. Let's see. Disarm, here we go. So, disarm works very much like a block. So you're making an AC against AC 0, Jeff?
Okay.
So go ahead and make your attack roll. Include all your normal modifiers.
Whoa.
Nice.
It's a nat 20.
Wow.
So you know what I'll let you do, Jeff? Tell us where you want it to be placed, and then we'll roll 1d3, and that'll be how many squares away it falls. Where would you like it to go?
Well, I'm gonna try and... I guess I would try and fling it, to my left.
To your... Okay.
Yeah.
So like behind you, you mean?
Yeah, like behind me, yes.
Oh, yeah, I got it. Okay, yep. So go ahead and give us a D3 roll, please. That's a great roll. 2, awesome. So it's like right behind you, right here.
Perfect.
Yeah, right, like here. All right. Then it is Dorman's turn. What are you doing, Dorman?
Dorman's moving up. Wait, I'm human size, so I can move 4 squares.
Correct.
He grabs the edge of his cloak and he flickers out of sight.
Okay. I'm assuming he'll be reappearing after everyone else has had their turn.
Correct.
So, Bergour, you're up next. What are you doing?
All right, I am slinging the shield around onto my arm as I move up to 1, 2, 3, 4, because I'm enlarged here.
Yep.
And I'm going to tell this guy to get behind me.
Done and done. Yeah, I'll move these guys all because they're trying to. They're not sure what to do, and they're still loath to, to raise their weapons against their lord. Then it is so Bergour would have had a second attack. This guy does so. Oh, he doesn't have a weapon in his hand though, so he's not specialized any longer. All right, so I think that's it for him for the round. So then, guys, we're on to round 5.
Yep, Dorman will flicker over here at the end of the turn.
Okay.
Between these two dead guys here.
Okay, sounds good. All right, then, Arlen. Oh, you lost last turn. Okay, so Jeffrey, you're up now. Everyone decide what you're doing with your round, and then Jeffrey, beat my 6, please.
All right. Ooh, a tie.
Nice. Okay, so I'm actually acting on a 6. All right. Ooh, Bergour, you're acting simultaneous to our young lord here. And then, Jeffrey, when is Caldor acting?
Oh, I typed it in. I didn't press enter.
That's okay.
That's funny.
It's been a long week. Okay,
Oh,
so
yeah.
so simultaneously, Bergour and Lord Lintern are acting. So Lord Lintern is going to try and move his way around Calidor here, Bergour, to get to where the I think you're standing on top of the sword.
Mm-hmm.
What are you planning on doing simultaneously?
I'm trying to basically, I don't want to touch the sword, but I'm doing my best to defend myself if he attacks me. So I'm raising my shield mechanically.
Okay. Okay. So you're doing what? Like you're just trying to block him, or?
Yeah, I don't want him to move me away from the sword.
Oh, sorry.
Like bull rush me or anything like that. I want to. Oh, did I?
No, that was
I lost
me.
Kevin.
Yeah,
is that you?
That was me. I don't know what I hit, but it hit back again. That's so fucking irritating when it does that. Jeez. All right, hold on. I get myself back in here. All right, here we go. There we go. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense then. I'll hit refresh to make sure. I think I got everybody still. Great. All right. So then, you notice that stupid back key on my keyboard. Fucking thing. I got to put a little sticker on it. Stop touching it, Demi. All right. So then, Caldor, you have an attack of opportunity on him as he is making his way around here, if you like. If you want to do non-lethal damage, I think it's -4 to hit, but you're able to do non-lethal and hit with the flat of the blade if you like.
No, what I think I'll do is I think I will.
Yeah.
I think I'll make an attack on his shoulder.
So you're gonna try to hit him proper with the. Okay.
Yeah.
Like a called shot?
Yeah, that's good.
Exactly like a called shot, like on his sword arm.
Yeah. That's awesome. What is? I don't know the Arlen, do you happen to remember what the?
I'll grab it.
Yeah. I think it's pinned, isn't it?
In the ADnD folder.
Let's see
I'm
here.
opening up right now.
Let's
I think
see.
called shots
Yeah,
are
this is
minus.
December. Yeah. So called shots are.
Draft 7.
There we go. -6 to the arms or leg. So that's -6 to hit.
Okay.
Okay, but go ahead. But also, I mean, and he does have chainmail there, so that he does get the benefit of his armor on that area. Fuck yes. Yep, that's good enough.
Poink.
So go ahead and roll damage. Is it his sword arm you're trying to hit there, Caldor?
Yeah, exactly that.
Yeah. Nice.
Just enough to.
Yeah, so I think that's.
smart
So he's hit. He carries on to where Bergour is, and he is trying to get down at it, Bergour. You have a clear attack of opportunity on him as well, if you like.
And I can do non-lethal damage with a
-4
penalty?
Yeah, -4 to hit, and then it's non-lethal. You'll be hitting with a flat. Of something.
Okay. I'm going to try to smack him with the shield, but in the non-lethal way.
Okay. So you don't get the bonus from the shield doesn't apply to hit because it's a defensive bonus, it's a defensive enchantment. But go ahead and make your Thaco is quite good anyway.
My Thaco is pretty good, and you let me specialized in shield bashing.
Yep.
So,
Go.
That's correct. Shield bash. No. Misc bonus -4. Ooh.
Something go wrong there, or is this a really bad roll?
Just roll
Just
a 4.
rolled a 4, and I don't have all the bonuses I normally have for my sword.
Right. Do you wish to spend Astonishing Fortune on that?
Yes.
Please do. Just enough. Wham! Go ahead and roll damage.
Roll damage. Small, medium, D4.
Oh, grazed him on the side.
You can add 2 more because you're enlarged.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, I guess 6.
Okay. Now, he is trying to get to... I'm going to make him make a dex check to try and grab the thing from between your legs. He sucked up the attack of opportunity on here. His dex is a 12. So, let's do this here. I'm going to roll it in chat. So he's going to be prone because he was hit, but he does manage to get his hands on the sword. Because you're standing over him, basically, you could make another attack at no penalty if you wanted to try and disarm again. I think then... Calidor and Dorman, you guys are going. What are you guys doing?
Go ahead, Calidor.
Well, if he's got the sword again, I'm going to, again, attempt to disarm him, so...
Okay. Go ahead and make your attack roll. Because he's prone, I'll adjust his AC from him being prone.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's not... so he's just squirming around, and I think you're trying to be careful not to, not to hurt him in any other way. Then Dorman, what are you doing?
Okay, Dorman flickered over there, and he reaches down and pulls out a potion, and he tries to check for any signs of life in these two. And if one squirms, he's going to try and...
No? Both are dead. Remember, it's only our heroes. Our heroes and main villains will last past when he hits 0. Otherwise, everyone dies at 0 hit points.
Still, it's Dorman's first instinct. So
no, and I love it. No, that's great. Okay, then it is end of the round, I guess, guys. On to round 6. Jeffrey, you tied me last time, so let's everyone decide what you're doing with your round. Our Lord Lintern has his hands back on that cursed blade. Assuming it's not some other reason. Jeffrey, beat my 3, please.
Ooh.
Oh. All right. He's going to make a called shot at your foot, Bergour. So I think it's -6 to hit. What is your dex bonus? Do you have any dex AC?
Yeah, I have a -2 defensive adjustment.
Nice. Okay, so then you are... that brings you down to 8. And then, do you have any deflection bonuses?
Deflection?
Like your magical shield, magical armor.
I don't have magical armor. My shield is magical for a +1.
Okay, so
and I get a bonus to AC from the helm, but that probably doesn't protect my foot.
No, not for the called shot. Okay. Fucking 19.
Ow.
So, unfortunately, it's not a lot of damage for you, but he does hack at the side of your foot, and you're able to pull it back. That is 10 points of damage, and DR will not apply against this because of the called shot.
Ew.
Yeah. Then it is Dorman on a 12. Or Calder, when are you acting? Did you not enter again?
Oh, shit.
So, Dorman, you're up first. What are you doing?
Okay, so Dorman, he's so enraged by the death, he just stands up, turns and faces the lantern, and he says, "That's it, enough, time out." I cast Levitate on him. He needs to make a save versus spell.
Okay. That's a 19.
Damn it. Well, I'll try again.
Okay.
I mean, if it goes in the air, he can't hit anybody, so...
What are you doing?
I'm going to try to grapple him. I'm going to swing my hand out of my shield so I can do both hands on him.
Okay.
And try to grapple him.
Okay.
I have R1d20 plus 7
Okay.
to hit. Oh.
Do you
That's not
want
gonna
to spend Astonishing Fortune to re-roll that?
I think so.
Okay.
Using up.
Yep. I am going to give you another point of Astonishing Fortune for Dorman's attempt to save the guard, so that was really great.
Okay. Nice.
All right. Retrying.
Here we go. 2.
Even worse.
Oh, roll 20. You never let me down. All right, so you know, I think it's probably because when you put your weight back down on your foot, it throws you off, and you're just not able to get a good handle. And he's all sharp edge. Whatever else may be wrong with a sword, it is incredibly keen and quite sharp. Then it is Commodore. What are you doing?
Yeah, I guess I'll go for the disarm one more turn, but
Okay. Go.
This.
Okay, this disarm. Yep.
Oh.
And that's good enough. So give me a D8 roll. Eight. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. It goes down to about here. So it's about here now.
Okay.
So the sword skitters across Bergour. There is no longer a pointy thing in your way. Okay. Then it's end of the round, I think. Yeah, it's a favored round. Calidor, if you do want to make another attack, you're welcome to.
Can I move or no?
Yeah, you can still move.
I'm gonna try and move around him towards the sword.
Okay. So as you're doing that, these guys are trying to grab you. I need you to resist a grapple because they've seen you attacking their lord.
Yeah. Okay. So
Stop
what do I roll?
Stop! Yeah, go ahead.
What do I roll?
Oh, a D20. D20 plus whatever your grapple bonus. Your Thaco is currently a 15, so I think plus 5, plus whatever your to-hit bonus is for strength. Yep. So go ahead and roll 1d10 plus your strength damage modifier. Yeah, as long as you roll more than a 1, you're going to be free of these guys. Yep, easy. So, yeah, you can easily make your way over to there, and then what do you want to do with the sword when you get there?
Just stand over it.
Okay. So you are standing watch over the sword now. Then, next up is end of the round, I guess. That's end of the round. So, round 7. And Jeffrey, I think you lost that time. So, John, it's up to you. So, here we go, guys. Let's see here. Everyone decide what you're doing with your round. And then, John, beat my 6, please.
Tied it.
Nice. So, I am acting on a 6.
Oh, sorry. No, it's an 8.
2. What do you think it says? Crystal Shard? Come on. No one's got negative scores yet. And then, Calder, when are you acting? 10. Okay, so first up is him. Bergour, you get an attack of opportunity on him. He's trying to get up and get away from you.
Yep. I'm going to punch him.
Okay.
I got to add, empty hand punch. Does a punch do lethal damage if you connect? Or?
No, non-lethal.
Okay. Non-lethal. Okay.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I kind of have to take... Well, I don't know. He seems like he's got enough hit points for 1 or 2 soft taps. But nope.
Oh, shit.
Just not enough.
Not quite. Actually, no, it is, because he's prone. When when it's incurred. So that does connect. What's the D20 that you rolled there?
Is an 8.
An 8. Okay, one sec here. One sec. That is an uppercut. 1 point of damage plus whatever you have for your strength bonus.
I have a 1 for my strength bonus.
Okay, so it takes another 2 points of damage. Ugh. And then he moves here. And then he comes in here. But Calidor, you get attack of opportunity if you choose as well.
Yeah. I guess I'll take one.
Okay. And is this a normal attack? Is this a flat side of the blade attack? What are you doing?
Yeah, this time I will use the flat of my blade, but it's not a good enough roll,
Okay.
so it didn't matter.
No, that's not quite. All right. So then once again, I'll make my Actually, I don't think he's got enough to do both. He's going to get up from prone and move, so he's not going to be able to try and grab this round. He is looking pretty beaten up, though. Between the hits that he's taken from Bergour's shield, from Caldor's blade, he's looking pretty rough. I think that's everyone who's gone. Yes, Dorman, did you take your turn?
Oh, you acted first. None of us is gone.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Yes.
none of us have gone.
Oh, shit, of course. Hold on, I want to go again, guys. What are you talking about? Dorman, you're up first.
Well, this time, he sees a blade that isn't attended, so he's going to cast Levitate on the blade and try to whip it in the air.
Okay, hold on.
So,
Let's see here. Hold on. It is a magical weapon, and it is cursed, so I think it would have a save against it.
that I fully expected it.
Yeah. Let's see here. I don't say that to deter. I say that only just thinking out loud. Okay. So it's got a save. John, would you give me a D20 roll, please?
Making me make roll.
I know, it's just fucking vicious. Oh my god! You may have saved. Oh, John.
Well, darn.
No, oh, hold on. No, that would not be good enough. So yeah, the sword is now enchanted.
Oh, okay. So then it's got a movement speed of 2, so I'm going to whip it up 10 feet in the air.
Calendar's standing over it right now.
Well, it doesn't have the force of an attack, so it'll probably go.
Okay, so you're hit from behind, Caldor, by this cursed weapon. Your thief is, even when he's not attempting it, he's still trying to get a backstab off on you. No damage, though. Okay, and I think when he sees that, Lord Lintern cries out, "No! No!" Then it is, he seems completely distracted and flat-footed at this point. Bergour, you're up next. What are you doing?
All right, I'm going to take my step over here. I'm going to shout at these two assholes, grab Lintern while he's disarmed, and then I'm going to try to grapple him again.
Okay, go ahead. The famous dwarven rugby tackle.
Yep.
Oh,
That's more like it.
Yep, go ahead and roll damage. I'm not letting him resist. You're just going to apply this. Whatever you roll. Oh, man. 7 on him. Okay. You're almost halfway there right now. You've got a solid grapple on him. Those two... let's make a morale check for them. Let's see if they get their head out of their ass. I rolled 17 for their morale save. They're completely stunned. Calidor, your turn. What are you doing? Bergour's... an oversized Bergour. Oh, did you multiply that by...
Oh, no,
it wouldn't be. No, it wouldn't be.
The addition.
It wouldn't be because, yeah, your size doesn't factor into your grapple stuff, so it wouldn't. Unless you become large size, then it becomes a factor, but
I'm working on it.
Yet. Nice. All right, this will be the frost giant-sized Bergour soon. Fee, fi, fo, fum. Calidor, what are you doing?
So I want to use my large shield to press him in sort of between our shields, me and Bergour.
Yeah. Well, I don't think Bergour's got a shield on him. He may have dropped those two things.
Oh, he did? Okay.
I don't know. I mean, to get the grapple off...
Right.
Yeah, I've got... So what we did in Crystal Shard was that your shield has 2 points of contact, and you can have essentially 1. So it's hanging off my arm loose, but it's not actually grabbed. I'd have to spend an action to re-grab the handle and...
Exactly.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah. But what you could do, Jeff, though, is, I mean, I like the idea of you trying to bear him to the ground. If you want to help... Basically, just help Bergour to give more control points to him. You could like knock him off his weight. He could be hitting him from behind, and you slam into him from the front.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a shame about those giant spikes on your shield, but I mean, I'm sure he'll be fine.
Yeah, my spike shield.
He'll be fine. You know, a tetanus shot, he's good. All right, so why don't you just give us a D20 roll, and then we'll start doing the math if we need to. Because if you roll awesome or terrible, then we'll know.
Oh my goodness!
I'm gonna start saying that in reverse. If you roll awful, or if you roll awesome. So,
roll 20.
You do have points of astonishing fortune if you want to use those.
Yeah, you know what? Let's re-roll it. This feels important.
Hell yeah!
Come on.
Here it comes.
Money.
Here it comes.
Rolling. There we
14.
go.
That is definitely good enough. See, boom! Give us 1d8 1d10 plus your strength bonus, and I'll give you +2 just because of the sort of the one-time surprise and the weight of the shield in on this. So 1d10 plus your strength modifier to damage.
Yeah.
Okay, so 6. So that puts you at a total of 13 right now. You've almost got him to the ground. He's almost completely immobilized. Okay, I think that's the end of the round then, guys. We're on around 8. And John, you won or tied? Tied last time, right? Tied. Awesome. Okay, John, let's repeat that over again. Everyone decide what you're doing. And then John, beat my 6, please. 4. Nice. Okay, I am on a 9 because I'm trying to free myself. Okay, first up is Dorman. What are you doing, Dorman?
Dorman's gonna walk over here and just make sure that this guy's dead before he he sighs, looks up at the sword, and flicks it another 10 feet in the air.
Okay, stabs him in his ear.
Dorman's gonna walk over and make sure this guy's dead.
Experience.
Phrasing Dorman. Okay, so Dorman, yes, he is unfortunately dead. That where he was caught, it was like piercing wound right in the small of where the jaw meets. So he's if he's not dead, he's coughing out his last. Then it's Bergour. What are you doing, Bergour?
Same thing as last time. Gonna try to grapple Lintern a little more.
Go ahead. Yep.
13.
Yep.
Is that? Yep.
Yep. He doesn't get to resist it. So go ahead and roll. See if you get him fully under control for his. Oh God. Oh, so close. So, he's a young lord who's done nothing but train, right? So he is quite strong.
Yeah.
I imagine that this is and also he's caught with some kind of madness. Then it is Caldor. What are we doing, Caldor?
Well, I'll try to do the last bit of control here.
Okay. So you have to drop your sword unless you want to halve your damage. You can just use one hand, but you only get half the effect.
Yeah, okay.
He is disarmed, and he can't get the sword.
I'll drop my sword.
Yeah, Dorman's going to be the cursed one next.
No.
At this late hour, Dorman, the gnome.
Hey, an unexpected guest.
Yep, let me grab a token for our esteemed
Summon
wizard
rock
here.
slide.
Okay.
The last time we wanted to talk to a prisoner, Rockside made him paste, so let's not summon Rockside.
Okay.
Lintern's not a prisoner.
Yeah.
He's a friend who we're helping through his issues.
Rockslide is not reasonable.
It's like that scene in Train Spotting when they make Obi-Wan get off heroin.
I watched the follow-up a couple weekends ago, like Train Spotting 2. I was at the right age for Train Spotting to be an enormously popular film for us, and that soundtrack too. Train Spotting 2 is pretty fucking good. It's not like the best cinema I've ever seen, but it's a pretty good follow-up to the first one. Okay, then Knox, you'll be walking into this round. I think I'll let you deduce what's going on here. Let me put there's a green.
Let me
dot.
guess, you're in some kind of trouble.
Yeah. All right. So then, yes, Jeff. So that was a hit. Go ahead and roll. Oh, it's 1d10 plus your strength bonus. So I don't know if you've got one.
No, I don't.
Okay. And since since you're using both hands, that is enough. He's slammed to the ground now. He is under control for you guys. The guards are still speechless and don't know what to do. So Knox, you kind of, finally, this has all happened in the span of about 30 seconds. He's been cutting everyone, and then what you saw was Bergour and Caldor and Dorman have come running into the courtyard in different directions to wrestle our young lord to the ground. However, there are now 4 corpses
Wow.
in
Okay.
the yard.
4 corpses?
Though I didn't
There's
put
the
the
one
first
that
one.
he got before we got here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then, guys, he is under control and is just like squirming like a man possessed, trying to get out from under you. You are much stronger than what he is, so at least Bergour is. So he is not going to be able to get free. What happens next, guys?
So I'm gonna tell these guards. I'm gonna say, if you're not gonna help us hold him down, go get a cleric or somebody important or something.
I'll run to the seneschal if I
Sure.
think that'll be helpful since we just spoke with him.
Okay, so you're running back inside Knox. The guards finally managed to come to, and they're like, what should we? What do we do? Do we tie him? Do we? Oh God! He killed
We're
Albert.
gonna hold him secure for a minute, but why don't you go get some, maybe a priest of Saint Cuthbert who might be able to exorcise him or something,
Okay. So the
or a paladin. That would be great.
So what happens is he goes. You guys hold him for about. Oh jeez, he's gonna keep struggling for as long as you're holding him, to the point where like both of you are sweating profusely. They get rope. I mean, there's going to be rope and stuff around. If you're just going to rope him up, the guards will not suggest that because he is obviously nobility. But
I mean nothing.
okay,
Yeah, but it's better than choking him out.
I'll,
So
I'll be more than happy to rope him up.
sleep.
Yeah. Another option is I could summon Rock Slide and have him. Okay.
I think I jogged him too hard.
Rockside pace turn.
This is your answer to everything. I could
Exactly.
no.
Yeah, exactly. Fireball or that. Those are the two options.
Exactly. All right. So as soon as you tie him up and have him not actually grappled with you, it's only a matter of about a minute before he seemingly snaps back. And you can tell from the look on his face that he immediately recalls what he has done. And he drops to his knees, and it's as if there was a switch thrown within him. As soon as he comes out of this battle madness, as soon as you're not grappling him any longer and he's tied up, his shoulders slump. He drops to his knees. And I think... Did you tie his hands in front of him or behind him?
Tied his hands behind him and his legs together. I don't think he can drop to his knees. I think he's on the ground, trussed up.
So he drops... what he does is he drops down and just lets out an anguished scream. And then just falls crying. If you ask, it's basically the Sergeant-at-Arms is the first victim. And this is someone who he likely would have grown up with.
Yep.
So, when you return, Knox, with the
Valdir?
Seneschal... Sorry?
Valdir is the name of the
Valdir is
master?
blacksmith. Valdir is the
Aiden's
blacksmith.
the blacksmith.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, hold on. Yeah, Valdir is the... Yeah. So, yeah, that's Valdir who's dead, then.
Uh-oh.
Man.
Oh, shite.
What you... when the Seneschal walks out, you may remember the Seneschal, Ranival's a fairly young guy who seems a little out of his depth. And he comes out and sees the mess. There's... it's otherwise a lovely summer day, but the kind of grayish, stone floors or cobblestone floors of the courtyard are just filled. The gaps between are filled with the lifeblood of 4 the house guard. And all the rest of the house guard are making their way over and trying to try to not pacify, but like to comfort Lord Lintern. But he's just screaming like a wounded animal. That
I mean, if there's... Oh, sorry. I was going to say, if I see that there's any citizens stopping to watch, I'll ask the guardsmen to try to get them to move along.
Yeah. They snap to that and immediately go. I imagine that they don't want to be here either, so to have the excuse to be gone. The seneschal is just... His mouth is agape, and it's a good... you guys can try and get him to respond beforehand, but it's a good 3 or 4 minutes before he finally manages to get a word out.
Yeah.
And I think that the word that he says is... How? How did this happen?
Do I see the sword lying around anywhere?
It's floating 20 feet up in the air due to my spell.
Smart. Excellent. Yeah. Good idea.
Dorman just points at the sword and says, "We think it's cursed."
And he looks up. Your gift. The gift you offered. The sword. It was cursed?
I'm not sure.
It seems so. We obviously did not... We're not aware of that, of course.
And he looks back. You were not. You didn't take precautions against such things? You just brought something in and offered it as a gift? How is that possible?
We do not have the means to determine if something has that sort of effect, unfortunately. So we would have used it ourselves.
When he hears this, he's been kind of waiting near Lintern, but he'll sort of motion for Calidor to be ready to spring if he looks like he's getting himself out of the ropes. But, he'll walk over and he'll say, look, I mean, yes, we believe that this item was cursed, but here's kind of the steps that we went through. We had our casters identify it, and we brought it even to Semheist and the paladins in... Harleton, the other one, and we had them inspect it, and it's as much a surprise to us as you that this could possibly happen, because we thought we had followed all the precautions that were necessary.
Bergour's been carrying it around the whole time, so. And
I've been carrying it around the whole time, and I haven't gone crazy.
He looks at you. Have you wielded it? Have you used it?
Haven't drawn it.
And then I think Aiden walks over, and he just says in an even kind of resigned way, "Take the boy inside." And everyone kind of looks over at him, and the guards are currently as far away as they can. You guys are the ones closest. Lintern has made absolutely no effort to try and get out of the ropes. He is just whatever spirit was in him is gone.
You think we should unbind him, Bergour?
I think so. With the sword 20 feet in the air, it's not like he's gonna get it, likely.
Knox,
and worst case scenario, we'll just jump on him again.
Knox and Dorman, you guys have spellcraft, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a proficiency check, will you? Please.
All right.
Please. All right. Dorman, yep.
Do what I can.
Really good one for Dorman, too.
That's rolling. Just wants to be suspenseful. There it is.
Nice. Yep. Okay. So I think both of you guys would know that these types, if it is like a battle madness curse on it, if he's out of it until he uses that sword again, it's gone. Like, this is a fairly common either warping of an existing enchantment or a specific, evil enchantment that's added on to something. If he uses it in combat again, then it will affect him, but like when he's in the grip of the battle madness, you can't hide it as being gone.
And would I know if it's the sort of magic that would bind him to the sword in some way that we'd have to somehow exercise, like Bergour's suggesting?
You would likely want to get the sword away from him. It won't becoming it's not going to be something that's going to be a burning, need for him going forward. But when he recovers,
he's not going to pursue it if we took it away and got rid of it in some.
No.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I think we should. I do think we should unbind him. He seems to be under relative control, depending on how you think about it.
All right.
I don't think he's under possession of the sword anyway.
Help me untie him, and we'll get some of the guards taken back to his room.
Is the scabbard for the sword at his waist?
Yeah.
I will collect that.
Okay.
And I'll say to him that I think he's probably ignoring everybody, but I'm going to say to him, just so maybe he hears at the back of his mind, that we're doing this for his own good by taking the scabbard and leading him off.
He makes no effort to fight it.
Yeah, okay, good.
So you are able to retrieve the scabbard. You're able to have it levitate down and, put it in. Then Dorman takes it out and starts killing... no.
That would be
Turns
great.
out the DM lies.
That would be awesome.
Oops, said that wrong. No, you put
man.
the sword back in the scabbard. You guys, as soon as you cut the ropes for Lantern, he just collapses. And you're able to get him to his feet, but it's like, it's like trying to walk a drunkard who's just not, he's just completely insensate. And he keeps sobbing the entire time as well. You are able to get him to his feet. You are able to get him inside, and some servants take him and bring him off to his room for rest.
I think Knox is going to suggest to Ranaval that he very quickly dispatch a town crier, or however they have the means to convey information to the citizenry of what actually transpired, so they don't think that something's wrong with Lintern himself, that he was given a cursed blade, if he thinks that's appropriate. It's just a suggestion.
He shoots you a look that suggests that he's probably not your friend. It's much less... it's much more pointed than I think what you saw before. It's the kind of bumbling, trying to get his way with, manage a meeting with farmers type is gone, and he's a little more focused.
Okay, that's good actually. I that's what I'm used to, is the eel pie discussion.
Yeah. So he turns and makes his way inside, and leaving you guys and Aiden, the smith, and the slowly milling around guards, trying to figure out what to do with the bodies. I think you guys will have a couple of minutes to talk amongst yourselves before Edric manages to make his way down. So, guys, Dorman now has this sword in his in its scabbard in his hands.
Yeah, I'm wrapping the Hilton scabbard so you can't undo it easily, and I hold up. I was like, we should destroy this as soon as possible.
Agreed, if it's possible.
Yeah.
Or render it cursed magic inert in some way if we can.
They've got a forge. Let's stick it in there and see if it melts.
It can't hurt to try. But I do like someone suggested checking in with a priest of St. Cuthbert. Perhaps that's another option as well, in addition.
I think before Edric gets on scene, it will likely be Sir Arturius and Sir Reynard who arrive. And so if you guys bring it to Aiden, tells you, bring me the damn thing, I will try. And let's see here.
Yeah.
If he takes it in tongs, he refuses to touch the thing. Someone give me a D20 roll, please.
I'll go for it.
Great.
12.
He places it in there. He brings the hammer down to try and warp it. It is untouched after half an hour of work. And then I think Arturius and Sir Arturius and Sir Reynard arrive at that point. And Arturius is uncharacteristically taciturn at this point, and Sir Reynard says, We heard. I cannot apologize enough. We thought that the blade was... Arturius just says, Semheis, and he seems not pleased with saying that name. And Reynard says, I know. Semheis assured us that the blade was safe, and I know not whether that... whatever property turned Lintern's mind in such a way, whether it would have been revealed by his prayers or not, or concealed. But we did all we could, as did you. This is just... And you can see the two of them are staring at the sword.
So I have kind of two directions of inquiry. The first, most general one being if they know anything about destroying cursed weapons. But I'm also going to ask about, since we did find this we found it in the cave near the castle and all that sort of stuff, wondering if there's any possibility that this curse could be like specifically related to the Palfrey bloodline or something like that. Like if it's something that Semheis wouldn't have noticed because it's something that is more meaningful to Lintern than to someone else using the sword.
It's certainly possible. Dorman and Knox, you don't need to roll again for that. Yeah, it's possible. The way that the curses manifest is all sorts of ways. I mean, like the amount of cursed weapons that were originally designed to be cursed are very rare. It's an enormous amount of time and effort that goes into making magical weapons. So to do one strictly to be like, fuck that guy. It's like there's easier ways to get at your enemies than that. What is more often the case?
DMs I see.
Sorry?
I was making a joke about how much DMs like cursed items versus...
No, but the thing is, the reason that there is a prevalence of them is when there is a souring of the enchantment. If there is something that is where something has had an effect on that, a demonic or infernal influence, exposure to strange or unpredictable magics, the influence of other powerful fell magic.
Right. Yeah, I mean, perhaps there is this is random but theory, but there's the possibility that an enemy of the Palfreys wanted to destroy that weapon that was a sign of their power in the region or something.
You said that the enemies, what led to the fall, the thing from your vision, those are my knowledge of the lower planes is blessedly limited. And you can see he makes a sign of Cuthbert. But those, I know that there are powerful agents of evil. And if in manifestation of it. If the necromancer slain by Lothar Palfrey was powerful enough to level or levy a curse to bring down an entire line and their castle, it may very well have had enough power to warp the magics on a treasured blade. Though the blade does seem... There are the markings of St. Cuthbert, and the Palfreys have been true to the cudgel for centuries. I see nothing on the blade that marks the Palfrey line.
Interesting.
Which is true. We didn't find it in the castle itself. We found it in the Underdark entrance that was nearby. And we sort of assumed that it might have something to do with the Palfreys, but it wouldn't have to by any means.
Knox, your eyes are going down to your now featureless right hand.
Yeah, that's right. I think there are very strange things and powerful magics at work here. I don't know what they might be, although I did go home and happen to pick up something I used to...
Nice! Nice!
As a result of this, I specifically looked for it. So perhaps there is... we have discovered that ancient elemental eye and its work. You saw what happened with that book when we were on the road.
Oh yeah, Arlen may not be aware of what happened to your hand.
Oh.
Me either.
Oh. So I show you my hand, and literally it's wiped. Like all the, lifelines and everything else has been wiped clean. And it's as a result, it resulted from the fact that I don't even totally remember this, but I was studying in my room alone. We stopped at a tavern for the night. And I thought I was studying my own books and some of the books we picked up, not this particular book that we believed is Thurston's. And the next thing I knew was having a really bizarre, I was going to say nightmare, but I don't know if it was a nightmare or a vision or what. And the next thing, and horrible things were happening. Next thing I knew, I woke up and my hand was on that book. And I don't remember putting it there, and it had been burned. And the same thing was happening in the dream vision nightmare thing. And when I saw my hand, I saw it had been completely scoured of fingerprints or anything else. And so, I bundled up that book and have not taken it out since. But it was calling to me, it seemed like, unfortunately. So perhaps this ancient deity or whatever it is wants to return to our world and is seeking a means to do that, and thought perhaps that I could help. These are theories I have not expressed yet, but these are what Knox has been thinking since then. So that is what transpired, and it seems like it's possible this might involve this ancient evil god as well. Perhaps that it ties many things together. But there are a lot of threads here. I do not think we have the means to tie them all together yet.
I knew that book was trouble.
Reynard and kind of looks at Arturius and says, "We will remain here until," and kind of leaves it at that. I don't know how the old man will take the news of this. I expect it will come by way of Edric. And the two of them, the way that they're looking at each other, you can... More so the way that Arturius is looking at Reynard. Reynard is trying to keep a diplomatic face. Arturius definitely has a look. You've traveled long enough with this man to know that he's not shy with his opinions. And he seems... The look on his face tells you that he's talking about someone he does not respect or perhaps like. After the events, this is Reynard speaking. After the events of last night, we thought there was a renewed spirit to the Count. This will be difficult for him. Do you know Lintern well? And Arturius kind of looks and says, "What is the boy made of?"
It's complicated. I mean, as always, he seems to be. He's certainly no lack of courage to the boy.
I think that might have been his first time killing somebody.
But that was probably his first time killing somebody. His father's particular concerns over his legacy mean that Lintern is treated perhaps not in the way most befitting of a future capable ruler. There's some complicated stuff going on with Sandier and Lintern, and
Arturius nods and says, "So we've heard as well. The boy plays at night, but has never been bloodied."
That's about it.
He has now.
Did you get a sense of his mettle, though? This is something that could break some men. If he's never been tempered, can you say whether he would break?
No, I don't think we know. No, I don't even think he knows himself well enough for us to answer that.
Arturius is fixing a long kind of look at Reynard, and Reynard is finally kind of gives him a look like fine, and Arturius says, gestures to you guys like to get away from Aiden. Aiden is still trying to damage this thing. He's still trying to put it back in, take it out, hammer it again, put it in, take it out. You know, Arturius kind of nods to you guys to step away for a moment.
Yeah.
And once you guys are outside, he brings you to the side. You guys can see that there are now servants who are helping to clean up the kind of mess that was left. There's people crying. There's a small crowd that is collected. You are pretty sure you can see at least 2 or 3 of the men had families that likely lived in the castle as well too. So he brings you to the side, and Reynard is going to keep at a distance and keep his head down. He's listening clearly, but he clearly is not comfortable with this. Arturius is a little more direct. He says, "You must understand that the Ecclesiastical Council, there's nowhere else in the Flanace where the church is so tied in to the running of a city or a region. The Threshold and the Ecclesiastical Council are unique in that way. And as such, those who join the church, some join for the devotion to our God, some join for the power that comes from the position of the church in the city, some for a mix of the two. Edric is... I don't know the man, but I know his kind. And it would be... Reynard, kind of his head comes up and he says, the Palfreys have been devoted followers of the cudgel for generations and centuries. Generous to the church and first in the line to fight for what the St. Cuthbert would protect. They are holy men. But if their line dies, what happens to their lands then? And in a land like the yeomanry, where nobility no longer has the recognition that it does in, say, Killand or elsewhere. There is a vast region between the Howler's Moor, the woods, mountains, between Threshold and here. But if the Ecclesiastical Council could extend Middenmark into these lands, Harenshire would, for all intents and purposes, be a geographic mark. If the old man passes and the lands have no fit heir, he would be free to leave them to the church.
Interesting.
Arturius says, and who do you suppose that they would recommend running? And almost at, at that, you can see Ederic kind of trot down and turn and make... Oh, and I did... let's see here. I think all of you guys I've got on, like, one of my socials, but I did a sketch. I couldn't find a drawing that I liked best from it. So this is... So he comes down, and he's got a look on his face that shows a great deal of concern. And he looks, and as he's going along, he's touching, people, and you can overhear, if you're keen enough with your ears, Caldor, you likely can pick this up. He's saying brief benedictions. The cudgel upon you, the cudgel will protect you, and so forth. And then he sees you guys at the side and makes your way over. And he says, What happened? Where is the young lord? I heard from Ranival. What happened here? How could this have happened? Arturius just rears up to his full height and gets a look on his, a sneer on his face, as if, he's looking for an excuse to say something to him. Reynard, having traveled with his fellow devotee of the cudgel for so long, turns and says, "We've been speaking to them about this. Seems that the weapon is to blame." And he says, "I don't. But how could this have happened? Is this more? Is this more ill fortune to fall upon this good family?"
Ill fortune falls on us all.
Some more than others, my friend. So it seems. Well, what is to be done? Where is the boy, then? And Arturius says, "He is no boy." And he looks over and he says, "I misspoke. The shock of this is affecting me deeply. As I have not informed the... Ranival took my advice, and we have not informed the Count of this yet. This will be a wound, and it must be administered carefully. How did this happen?"
Well, looks like some kind of madness took the boy in training. We think the sword is to blame.
Awful. Where is he now? And Reynard says he is in his quarters. And Arturia says where he needs rest. And Ederic says, I will be sure. I will be checking on him. One should not be alone in this time. This is not his fault. Hardly his fault. And he turns and kind of swans off inside the keep in the direction of where the servants had taken him. Arturius is just watching him go the whole time. Reynard says, I don't know what has been said to the... How many witnessed this?
I think about a dozen guards.
Probably more than that.
And some number of citizens.
We should... and he stops. What will you do now?
Well, I'm not sure I'm equipped to do anything about this situation, but try to get rid of the sword.
Aiden comes out, and he's just drenched in sweat and kind of wipes his head off. He says, I'm sorry, I can't even scuff it.
Okay. Is there a volcano nearby?
Both Dorman and Knox, you would know that, like, this, depending on the strength of the enchantment, this thing, it can be damaged. It's just a matter of... It may not be that a castle forge is sufficient to do that thing.
That makes sense. And I Knox, as this has been, these conversations have been happening, is also, putting these various things together in his mind, and doesn't think this is necessarily true, but he's going to say to the group, the other possibility we haven't considered yet, which I think is probably not the case, but I'll mention it anyway, is that perhaps it had nothing to do with the sword. It's possible someone else caused this to happen and used the sword as a way to blame someone else if they wished to cause Lintern harm in some way, or the Palfrey line harm. But I do not know if that's true. I just thought I'd mention it just so I said it.
Dorma, that's very interesting. Who here would be the least dangerous with that? Knox? You want to give it a swing?
I think it's probably not likely the case, but I just thought we should mention it to our gracious hosts here in case they want to investigate that avenue. But just because of what's going on and the politics involved, it is a slim potential that might be the case. But in the meantime, we can try to figure out what to do with the sword itself, which is more likely the culprit.
Yeah. Dorman crosses his arms over his chest and just, I left home because of politics.
Understandable.
One of the things that you guys would know as well is that a curse, depending on the nature of the curse, it would not be a matter of just like taking the blade out, attacking them, being like, rah! It like other enchantments, they need to be attuned to you.
Mm-hmm.
So it may not be apparent until it's been with them for some time.
And he only had it for a short amount of time.
About a day, I think.
Between when we gave it to him, and the incident.
Yep.
That may be enough time for him to attune to it, but it wasn't a long amount of time. So
would an item like this wouldn't radiate like an aura of evil, would it?
Not curses. Okay. Curses don't radiate any evil, right?
Insidious things. Okay.
Yeah. Otherwise, it'd be too easy to detect, and therefore, it wouldn't do what it was meant to do. My understanding from my ancient knowledge of ancient history and my spellcraft, and Dorman, you probably aware of this as well, is that it is when you wield an item that is cursed in the way it's intended to be used, that the curse can take effect, which is why, since Bergour carried it for so long but didn't use it, he was entirely unaffected by it.
The times that you can think of Bergour, I imagine in the month or so since you, or longer than that actually, that since you recovered this this thing, the times when you were fighting and side by side with your allies and could have easily cut down any one of them. You know, the thought of what might have been is... You tell me, like, how is...
Yep. No, Bergour is well aware of the fact that bad as this was, it could have been way worse.
Yeah. I wish we could invent bullets so I could use that as a metaphor.
Yeah. That would have been very problematic, considering Bergour's skill with a blade, high hit points, and the squishiness of many of the rest of us.
Oh, can you imagine? From again, assuming that it is a cursed thing too, I may have been like, "Oh boy,
yeah,
when's that shoe gonna drop?"
Well,
Bergour,
glad it didn't happen.
Bergour is one of the least likely to be affected by color spray, so I'd hate to try that.
Yeah. Okay.
We have two avenues to investigate, but I think probably the one that makes more sense for us to investigate now is trying to figure out what we might be able to do to destroy the blade or disenchant it. And perhaps we need to speak to a member of the church who's a higher has a higher I don't want to use the word level in character, who is
Experienced.
Yeah, I know, but again, that feels like a metagaming things, but someone who is a higher level,
closer
of the church.
connection, someone with a closer connection to the cut.
To his god.
Yeah.
A seasoned cleric.
Yeah.
Yes, very good. Thank you. I can't think straight right now for some reason.
It's Friday.
Don't know why. Yeah, no, that might be it.
All right. So, what are you guys thinking of doing next then? I guess.
And just to mention to everybody else what the other part of the team had discussed as our next order of operations, which you may have covered. So I apologize if you already talked about this. But
too much repetition is always better than not enough. So
I said very quickly, two things. One, dealing with the Shrieking Mire, with the lizard folk, there's even more of them coming out and destroying farms and etc. So that's gotten worse. And then the Bule that's still out there, the large Bule mom, or whatever it is, that's still out there is also causing havoc. So we had planned to leave here to go in search of the Bule. That was the decision that we made. However, this is what happened just as we kind of were about to do that, and we came running into this.
I think searching out the Bule would be the best thing to do right now.
Do we have some kind of a strategy for combating that thing?
Well, I can cast Levitate 3 times. I don't hit things hard, so.
Yeah, and it's a good question, Caldor, and Elanion and Druin and I did not have a good answer to that. We just thought we would try to find it, and then hope potentially we could use our various skills to deal with the beast, like your blade and your sword, and the various magics that we possess, an elemental that we can summon. And we had the plan that we did have was how to try to lure it out, because we don't know where it is, and that was to basically have Rockslide pound the earth, since it can sense tremors.
So
that was sort of the plan.
Speaking of Rockslide, Rockslide is an awful lot stronger than what Aiden is.
Oh yeah, that's true. I will mention to the group, thinking about that. This discussion reminded me of something. I could summon Rock Slide to potentially try to destroy this blade. It can't hurt to try. It does, expend some of our resources very helpful to us, but that would be incredibly helpful if we could do something with this blade right now.
True.
If that makes sense to you all.
I feel we have brought this curse to this house, and if we can destroy it, it's worth whatever resource we must pay.
Yeah.
That makes sense to me, and I guess is Roundaval here still around?
He's gone back inside.
Okay. I'll ask whoever I think is has any sort of rank. If I can find somebody, basically ask where would be an appropriate place to summon an elemental.
So they're all they're all very occupied right now. So
okay,
you may be kind of left to your own devices to make that judgment for now.
Well, I feel like we might as well do it here then. It doesn't really. I mean, something horrible just happened here. The area has been cleared, so this is more likely the best place to do it. I think, unless somebody has a better idea.
Well, I'm more worried about the stonework than anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it does. I don't know if it. I've been saying it.
John, I don't mean to alarm you, but the young child you have locked up in your office seems to be crying. Did you feed it today?
It's not for me.
Is it your cat? That's not.
No, it's not coming for me.
Okay. Oh, maybe it's you. It's probably Darwin.
No, he's sleeping.
Oh, he's sleeping. Okay, no, I could.
Yeah. So
Can you guys hear that too?
my
The
doors.
I definitely heard something.
Yeah, I thought it was the cat. It just sounded a little bit like a kid. So I assumed it was when your cat snuck in there.
Yeah, and my dog isn't in here either. So.
No, it's not. Anna Banana was
neither's my wife.
earlier, but.
It could have been a glitch in Roll20, or it could have been my chair. I don't know.
Oh man!
Often it is Darwin, but he has already. I'm watching
honestly,
him.
I'm
actually watching him right here.
It's so nice. It sounded like John's cats.
Yeah, they're quiet.
Weird.
Okay, excellent. Well, we solved that problem.
So then, what are you summoning it here then?
I think Knox believes this is the best place to do it. So he might be wrong, but I was, have been describing the summoning as drawing him up from the earth, and so do I feel like it's going to destroy all the cobblestones here?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. So then therefore,
or they would just be caught up in his form when he forms.
That makes sense. I don't want to create any extra problems. There's enough to deal with for everybody here, so I think I will try to go outside of the keep.
Yep.
Don't
think of it as an elemental-sized hole. Think of it as mass grave.
Yeah. This is a feature, not a bug.
Exactly. All right. So, and I guess the other thing you may want to consider is the benefits and downsides of whether Rockslide can destroy this thing. If he can destroy it, then having other people witness it might be a good thing. If he's unable to destroy it, that may cause further problems.
True, and I think if he is able to destroy it, we can still bring back the destroyed sword.
Yep, absolutely.
So, but that's a very good point about.
If we do destroy it, I could whip up an illusion to recreate the fence in the town square.
Sorry, Dorman. Jonathan, I didn't hear.
If he does manage to destroy it, we could just bring him back, and I can recreate an illusion of him destroying it.
I think that's okay. I think if we just bring a destroyed, Knox is feeling like it's not going to work, but wants to try it. But I think if we bring back just the destroyed sword, I don't think anybody has to see it actually be destroyed. I think we have enough trust in the community at this point, I believe, considering what services we've rendered, that they'll believe us if we say that it's destroyed.
Okay.
And we show
the paladins with us.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, Arturius and either Arturius or Reynard could go with you.
Yeah, just have one of them go with us to witness it. And also they can keep telling us about how they think, what's his name, Ederic, is a scumbag.
Oh, I believe it. Have you seen his face?
God, that's not very nice.
That's Dorman talking.
Right.
So, we'll say you guys ride, or make your way away from the keep to. You're gonna have to kind of go oblique to it because there is a community kind of around the immediate vicinity. Do you make any effort to actually sneak off, or do you just go and make it, and you don't care who sees you go?
I think it's more suspicious if we sneak, right?
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Yeah.
Okay. Then why don't you guys give us a roll, and then we'll narrate what happens here. Who wants to make the save for the sword?
I already tried once. Somebody else should do it.
Who's feeling unlucky?
I'm feeling unlucky.
Okay. Give us a D20 roll, please.
All right, here we go. Come on, unlucky.
Nice. So, where do you summon Rockslide then? Where are you? You're in the. Remember the Pufface Keep is in the Half-Cut Hills as well too. So it's some of those strange, flat-sided hill formations.
Yeah, I definitely want to try to get us sort of behind one of those that maybe is potentially blocking the view of the, anybody looking down from the keep.
Yep.
As best we can, anyway, if it's possible.
Yep.
And sort of in kind of an open clearing, I will summon Rockslide out of maybe a cliff face this time or something. Comes out. And that's I like Dorman's suggestion of jamming the blade sideways into a crevice of some kind if we can find one.
Sure.
And see if Rockslide can grab it and snap it.
Yep. So what? If you want Rockslide's strength into it too, you could just place it on top of a rock or something, and he could push it partway down, and then with a swoop of his hand, shatters it.
Oh. Wow. Okay.
Low was good because you were making a saving throw for the sword.
I still didn't think it would happen. I thought I needed like a natural one.
Yeah,
so that's awesome.
You actually needed like a 1, 2, or a 3. Because it had a bonus. Because remember, magic items get the bonus equal to their enchantment rating, and it's their curse is what he gets to add to the thing. So yeah, you break this thing.
Awesome.
And I think Knox, would you give me a save versus spell, please?
Yes, I will. And by the way, we have 47 charges left. Save versus spell. Here we go.
Nice.
Okay.
So you just you can hide this if you choose to, but there is a very brief moment where your hand before that, uncannily black sphere with the flaming rim around it.
So I kind of stagger for a beat. And even if nobody caught it, I just turned to them with like this, with these wide eyes and said, I saw it again. The darkness, the impenetrable darkness, the sphere of utter blackness, ringed by flame. It's Tharsden. It was Tharsden that did this. It was Tharsden's magic that did this. I know it. I felt it. I saw it again. It was the same thing from my nightmare. And he's sort of like half, able to have a conversation and half sort of in his own world as he's pondering all this. Because it's the idea of this ancient god somehow interacting with him in any way is horrifying.
You know what might have some answers, Knox, is that book.
I'm going to pull it out. I'm going to start reading off the
Wait, how did I...
I think what does happen is actually my hand goes to it, and then I realize, and I'm like, oh shit, like it, I have to be incredibly careful. This is not good, and I'm gonna, therefore is why I needed to tell my companions about this, because they got to watch me just in case.
Yeah,
we need to do something about this book in general overall. However, just in the meantime, I want my friends to say or do whatever they have to if they see me doing something I shouldn't be doing.
There's something strange.
We need Rockslide to do his phone book thing.
As Knox is talking, we'll take our break in just a second here, but as Knox is talking to you, too, he's gesturing, I think, just like George, like he's gesturing with his hands. He's gesticulating in a, an animated way, and there's something on the tip of his hand, his right hand, like one of his fingers. And when you stop, like one of them, you guys can tell me who, maybe it's Arturius. What is in your hand? And you stop. And one of your fingernails is right about to fall off.
Gross.
You don't feel anything. It's perfectly smooth underneath. And with a quick flick, the fingernail from one of your fingers drops to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Knox looks at you guys and laughs. And with that, we will take our mid-session break. We'll come back and see what you guys are doing next. So we'll check in with chat as well, too.
Cool.
So, back in a moment, folks. Okay. Let's check my chat, folks. Alrighty. Fred, hello, hello. Welcome to the weekend. Iwawa, welcome to the weekend. Cursed Sword indeed. Wayne, what's going on? Welcome to the weekend as well, too. Jeffrey, welcome to the weekend. Crumb, evening. And let's see. Insert, what's going on? Evening. Let's see. Hope everyone is having a wonderful start to the weekend. Hopefully the weather is better in your part of the world than it is here. It is cold as fuck here today, and we've had rain, falling snow all day. Clayton, what's going on? Okay. Oh, reminder as well, too, to everybody. Tomorrow, to celebrate hitting 4,000 subscribers on the channel, we will be I will be doing a Roll20 tutorial. So starting at, I think it is at 2 o'clock Central Time is what I said. So starting from then and going on as long as I need to, we'll be doing a live tutorial, taking questions from chat as well too, and then it's going to be posted to the channel just like all of our other streams as well too, so you will have a chance to find it afterwards if you don't catch it live. But I'm going to go through, I'm by no means an expert in Roll20, but I'm going to go through just sort of what I do, and I've been joking to the guys that I'm going to take the Bob Ross approach to this. We'll be putting together a happy little campaign, a happy little Tarask, and a happy little, Kraken, like something fun, and it actually will be showing how not only to use a lot of the tools that are in there, but some of the more esoteric tools that I like the transmogrifier for grabbing stuff from other games. I found that to be, I don't know why it was so hard to figure out how to do that, but I had a challenging time with that. Setting up maps, setting up dynamic lighting, setting up characters, making use of the compendium, making use of different handouts, how to put them together, all that kind of stuff. So that will be tomorrow as a thank you. And once again, I guess let me say thank you. Thank you to everybody who has joined us here in the channel too. It's a very exciting milestone to hit. So thank you to everybody who has joined us in the channel, from the very first subscriber all the way up to number 4,000 and beyond. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining us here. I think we're all back right now. Brent said he is going to join us on the back half as well, too. So once he's finished reading a book to his daughter, he'll be on. And Hobbs is going to be on in the later half, too.
And speaking of daughters and children, I asked my wife, and she said that Darwin was, though asleep, making noises, so it's possible it was him.
That's hilarious. It sounded like, honestly, it sounded like John's cats, because the cats sound kind of like kids crying sometimes. So
yeah. I mean, he's 2 rooms away, but it definitely could have been him.
Yeah. Now that I had a chance to stand up, my cat's like, "Ooh, you're moving."
Anna started getting growly or owly when she's sleeping for it too. She doesn't growl so much as moan. I'm like,
Oh, that's funny.
This is the stinker right here.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, cute.
Hey, hello, cat. Whoa. All right. So then, guys, with this revelation, with the sword destroyed, what do you guys want to do next?
What do you guys think? And obviously, we should return and make it, sure Arcturus or whoever came with us it notifies Ranaval and whoever else that the blade has been destroyed, and hopefully that will set minds at ease, but especially to tell Lintern and to make it clear to Lintern that there was an incredibly powerful, evil source of that curse. There was nothing he could have done to stop himself.
Yeah, we should definitely let him know that he was not to blame.
Okay.
Yeah. It won't help that much, but maybe a little.
So, when you guys get back, who is bringing the broken bits of the sword back? How do you want to bring that to the attention of
Dorman would have been picking up the little shards and put them in the scabbard, as many as he could find, and bringing the help back.
Okay.
And this has not come up, actually, because I never want to do it, but can I dismiss Rockslide?
I think so, yeah. I mean, you could just command him to go down in the earth, and he would just stay there.
Okay, yeah. Because I don't want to. Obviously, we know he can get loose, so I don't want to, and I don't want to bring him into the keep. So I don't want to leave him outside hanging out.
And now let me show you my newly restored, built by the giants castle. Oh my God! What the hell happened in here?
Exactly. So I will do that. I will command him to return into the earth.
Okay. So yeah, he sinks back down into the stone. You can still tell where he came from, but he's pretty much disappears into the earth. So when you guys come back, where do you wish to go? Everyone's kind of got deference to you at this point. I think that what you find is that Lintern is actually in the courtyard. And his, there's no color in his face whatsoever. His jaw is so tense, you think that he may, he may be in danger of snapping a tooth. But the guards are coming up to him and kind of exchanging words, and he is, listening and then offering very terse instructions to them. I think that Ranaval is likely with him as well, too, as is Ederic. And when he sees you, Lintern... I am going to leave it to Chance, see how he's reacted to this, because I think he would most likely be forgiving of it. He would understand, but I think people are complicated, so we're going to roll a reaction here. What is the highest charisma modifier of the group that we have? No, not you, Keldor.
To be Bergour.
I have a +2.
Oh,
for
wow.
reaction assessment.
Yeah.
Bergour's a pretty dwarf.
Well, he's charismatic.
Persuasive.
Yeah.
He's got a strong personality that people see themselves reflected in.
The guys who are behind, I think it's Pillars of Eternity, they have a GDC talk they do. That's pretty interesting, too. But they spare about, 2 or 3 minutes of their half hour or whatever it is talk just tearing the shit out of the communist stat.
Oh. Yeah.
Their whole talk was on about using stats and how to pick stats and whatnot for a game. It's pretty fucking great.
That's funny.
Yeah. All right. Whoop. Shit. That dice is wild. Oh, that is not the sound that a young man makes. Oh, jeez.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So he sees you, and I think that what you see is Ederic leans in and says something to him. And the Ranaval kind of nods at that. Lintern just puts his hand up as if to, not to dismiss, but to, as if to say that, yes, I've heard this. And he makes his way over to you guys. His jaw still quite tense. His eyes still red. And his hair's a bit of a mess, and he walks over and he sees his eyes go to the scabbard, I think that Dorman has, and that's when you can see color starting to come back in, but it's red. Do you want to say anything before he...
Show him If you're not going to show him, I'll show him, Dorman, and I'll reach over to grab the pommel and pull out the kind of half inch or so of blade that's left.
Yeah. So, and he stops, and there's a look of, he looks at you, Bergour, because you're the one who presented him, and you can kind of picture in your mind's eye what the degree of flourish that you likely would have done to present this to him. It's a beautiful, when it was whole, it was a beautiful blade, and to all appearances, a thing venerated to his god. And so I imagine, in place of that, he sees that. He looks in your eyes, and there's almost like relief.
Dorman will say, we truly apologize. If we'd have known, we'd have never given it to you.
What? I'll pull up our illustration of him as well, so we know who we're talking to. The cursed lord of... the normal, totally not cursed anymore lord.
Do we know about how old he is, by the way?
Lintern is about 19.
Okay, yeah, I just wondering because of the fact that he was not betrothed and that was an issue.
It's weird. It's definitely... That's something you had not explored with Lord Palfrey. But it is unusual that he's that age and not married.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something else to potentially explore. But he just kind of has a look on his face as if everything is focused on just getting these words out. And all he says is, how?
We assumed, perhaps incorrectly, that it was a relic of your line because of where it was found. We're not entirely sure how the curse came to be upon the blade, but we know that it was not detected by a whole series of investigators.
And Sir Reynard steps forward and says, my lord, he speaks the truth. The church had examined this. We saw nothing awry. And he says then, if there was no way of knowing, then there is no blame to be placed on you or yours.
I would like to point out that what's more important is that there is no blame to be placed on you. It is all to be placed on an ancient evil entity seeking its way into this world.
His head snaps to you and he throws himself back and he says, isn't there? And his voice has that kind of like breaking quality that it does in like young people who struggle with trying to keep their, emotions under control.
And I think Knox responds by saying, in the calmest way he can, I know, or at least can imagine how you must feel, and I would feel the same. But it is for me to say, from what I have determined, that it was not your fault. You could not have stopped this from happening. The entity involved was far, far too powerful for anyone to resist.
His full attention is on you now. And he steps towards you cautiously. You know what is behind this.
I believe I know, and I can show you what a incredibly slight interaction with this thing did to me. And I show him my wiped away hand.
His eyes kind of go big. You saw it then.
Unfortunately, I did. Did you?
He steps forward and crouches down on one knee and then draws out on the ground a pinched oval and then a circle in the middle and then a dot, leaving what appears to be an eye.
That is it.
He very quickly smears his hand over it to get rid of it. What do you know of this thing? What ill will does it bear our family? Me?
The unfortunate answer I can give you is that I do not know very much at all. I do not know why your family was chosen by this ancient evil
Is
to
this
target.
the same curse? More of the same? Now, the limited amount that you guys do know of Theris Dune, undead's not part of its bag.
Right.
Really. It's the living that are the devotees and nihilistic elemental cults. Murder
And some
cults.
level and some kind of insanity as well, if I recall, which would explain the insanity that you were under. It is not surprising that this curse involved your taking away your ability to control your own mind.
And he just says quite...
But we wish to... I just add that I intend to discover more about these connections and about this entity, but right now my knowledge is incredibly limited.
He looks up and looks you square in the eye at Knox, and he just says, quietly enough, like almost with just a whisper, I remember it all.
I remember my interactions as well, but unfortunately yours was far worse than mine. So I feel incredibly badly that you had to endure that.
So at that, Edric kind of steps in and says, you see, my young lord, this thing, look what it could have done to you. This is a tragedy, but measure it against what could have been. And he keeps gesturing over to your hand, Knox.
Yeah, and I keep it displayed because I want Lintern to remember this when I leave.
The cudgel tempers. Life is with Knox. Not him, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You will see beyond this. And he kind of puts his hand on the boy's face and kind of turns him towards him, and he says, you will see beyond this. And for a moment you get a glimpse of how persuasive this guy might be in private. And Lintern sort of keeps, his head is facing towards him. He finally brings his eyes up to meet with Edric's, and then he nods. And he says, very well. I will speak with my father. I will tell him what has occurred.
Dorman will add before Lintern goes away. He's like, you've seen the true face of evil. This is why we fight.
He looks briefly over at Dorman and then walks over to Bergour. And he places an arm, and you can see Calder, he's moving his right arm a little. The wounds that you inflicted, he's definitely feeling it now. Moves his arm up and he places it on yours. And he looks and says, none of this is on you, my friend. And he nods and heads back with Edric and Ranival in tow. The two paladins as well turn to you guys and say, we will speak before you leave, yes?
Yeah.
Yep.
And then they follow after them too, leaving you guys behind. Perhaps unsurprisingly, you got to know many of the members of the household staff here over the intervening months that you lived here. Look, it's almost like these guys were coordinating. Love it.
Look at that.
Okay.
Awesome.
And you guys are feeling very much ostracized now, which is probably not surprising. Okay. Yep. I swear you guys were coordinating your entry. You guys both came on within seconds of each other. Okay. And Brent, both of you guys are muted in in the
chat.
meet. Yeah. Let me hit to refresh and see if I can get everyone's cameras working here. Okay, I got everybody but Brent and Hobbs. You guys need to refresh your cameras. I don't see either yet. Brent, you are still muted.
I don't
in
either.
The meet.
Oh yeah, that's better.
There we
There you
go.
go.
I got Hobbs' cameras working. Brent, I just need you to refresh and roll 20, please.
All right.
Okay, so
Holy
guys,
shit, this looks like a big map. Oh, it's all black.
Well, you
It's
missed
not
the
there
action.
yet. Perfect.
so what have you guys missed? Let's see. Where we are picking up is now Carrick and Elanion. You guys have come in. Who would like to give a brief synopsis of what's happened tonight? Brent, I love the beard's back too. That's great.
I'm not allowed
Maybe
to leave my home again, pretty much, or there's nowhere to go. So I figure,
Yeah.
what's the point of shaving?
Hey, you're preaching to the choir, buddy. No one's seen me anywhere except for online, I guess. So, guys, what happened?
Jonathan, do you want to do the honors or
Yeah.
Arlen?
Sure, I can do that. So we weren't here the last session, so we got thrown in. Bergour and Calidor were walking out of the building. Dorman was coming out from the kitchens, and we saw Lintern sparring with some of the guards, and then all of a sudden he's gone crazy and started chopping them down with the sword that we gave him. So we rushed in. Dorman enlarged a few people. Bergour and Calidor tackled Lintern, managed to disarm him, levitated the sword out of his reach, and pretty much kept him from killing more than 4 people. And that didn't go very well. So he was a wreck. And we decided to destroy the sword because despite us looking at it and having it looked at by others, it's cursed. So we eventually took it out back and had Rock Slide smash it.
Took it out back.
Yeah.
That's right.
Old Yeller.
Put it up against the wall, put a gun to its head, and said, "Wait, that's not how you destroy swords."
Yeah, we came back in and let Lintern was recovered from his ordeal, and he seems to take the news that it wasn't his fault, but we're being ostracized by the local population at the moment.
I say it's Bergour's fault.
So,
Well, Lintern just told him to not feel like it was. That was the last thing that happened.
My bad.
what do you guys wish to do next then? We have left things off in the courtyard in Palfrey's Keep. The rest of the household staff who you guys got to know last winter quite well, they're all obviously either occupied in their own grief or they are just not particularly interested in talking to you guys.
Depending on what Dorman wants to do, he can come with me or not, but I would like to take what remains of the sword to Aiden the Smith and see if it is more malleable now that the blade has been broken itself. If he can, obviously he wouldn't, right? Medieval smiths didn't like melt down and cast the metal, but if he can, heat it up enough to at least reshape it out of blade shape so that nothing could put it back together.
Yeah. He asked if you just why not just get rid of it, cast off the shards. Throw it into the fire!
I think that's the next step, but we want to make sure that if somebody nasty finds it, you know how nasty people are. They like rebuilding cursed swords. And...
He's talking about one of you. I don't know if that's not obvious. Brent, we do need you to refresh your camera one more time, bud.
Oh, okay.
And then what... So he will make an attempt. Let's see here. Give us a D20 roll again, please. Yep. It's slag.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yep. He's able to... Those nat ones really help you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's completely whatever, one or two bits of balled up steel, and that's it.
Okay.
All right. I think we put that in the rubbish heap or the bottom of the moat or wherever it's not going to be found, and leave it at that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And Hobbs, just so you know, Knox conveyed what Elanion and Druin and I had discussed about the potential plan with the Bulle.
All right, cool.
So if we leave town, we just paladins want to talk to us before we do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, so I want to talk to that cleric just so we can see his image.
Well, he was on... The Sir Arturius offered some insight into his thoughts on Sir Edric. Or not Sir Edric, on Brother Edric.
Nice. I changed my mind. Not necessarily Yul Brenner, but who's the guy who was in The Godfather?
Brando?
Marlon Brando?
Yeah. Who played the in Apocalypse Now?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's who it reminds me of, is the dude in Apocalypse Now, right there.
That's...
Yeah.
Yep. That's
I can see that.
Brando when he discovered food.
And now Edric is going to start quoting T.S. Eliot to us.
Exactly.
So, what is the plan for the bullets then, guys? Or the bullet? Oops, did I let something slip?
Plural. Well, should we deal with talking to the paladins first, or is there anything anybody wants to do in terms of preparations for the Bulle hunt before we leave?
I'd kind of like to not necessarily, I don't know when we would be planning on leaving, but it seems like we want to stay here at least another kind of 1 or 2 nights to make sure. I mean, who knows exactly what's going to happen in that time, but given what has gone on, seems like if we come in, give a fancy sword to Lintern, he kills some people, and then we don't talk to Count Palfrey, he may want to talk to us and be kind of pissed off if we, flee in the night.
That is a good point.
And you know how scumbag lords are. Pieces of shit like what's his name in Milbourne,
Lord Carmen,
stealing our magic rings and our cursed swords. And...
Jeez, this guy doesn't hold on to a grudge, does he? This guy doesn't hold on to a grudge, does he?
The wound is still... He is a dwarf.
Yep.
Got long memories.
Name goes in book.
As far as Palfrey goes, we haven't actually seen him since the party, right?
Yes.
Right.
There is intending either tomorrow or the day afterwards. Edric is organizing a funeral, basically, for Alaric.
We could have Knox speak.
He can do his best.
Yeah, tell them all that the demon that isn't there as Dune is responsible for. Oh no, we could have Dorman tell him all about the terrible things that the demon did while trying to, get us.
That's
true.
You want me to scare the citizenry? That doesn't sound like a good idea.
Bergour seems like he has a kind of a wicked streak now that he's back.
He's been well. I mean, I think there's probably a lot on Bergour's shoulders right now, considering he carried that damn sword all this way, intent on gifting it to Lintern. And Lintern would have been, those of you who spent last winter training here, it would have been working alongside Lintern for an entire season, and he's not an unlikable guy. So,
Right.
it's probably like, I got this great gift for you, buddy, and then he kills his best friend, and you're like, oh,
Yep.
sorry. I thought that pen drive was clean.
I do think it's a good idea, Bergour, for us to remain in case Palfrey does want to speak to us.
Yeah.
Just for a day or two.
What is your plan for... Arturius would probably be curious of this. What is your plan for hunting a Boule?
Well, our basic plan, and Hobbs, let me know if I got any of this wrong, was to basically travel out to the general area where we think it might be, summon Rockslide, have him pound on the earth to send tremors to ideally attract the creature to us, wherever it might be, which might be miles away, as far as we know. And we had some other lures, I think, some other things we thought we could be bait as well. That was basic. That was it.
Do we still have the body of the other one?
Pieces of it.
Yep.
Right? We put it on the boat, right?
Yeah, but it's been...
You guys sold
dissected.
it to Towster.
Oh.
I mean, it's still in Thermaster. It's a big thing, and he's vivisecting it, so...
Yeah, so... I was just going to suggest that might make good bait, but,
Yeah.
It might enrage the creature, but, it would at least be wanting to fight.
So your plan is... You're summoning the elemental. Elemental's going onto the earth. Boulet's in the earth. Our Boule. Farewell and adieu to you fair Spanish ladies.
I don't even know what that means.
It's Quint from Jaws.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, he
Now I
warned
know.
us that he was going to go down that route.
Oh, yes. So,
well, we'll see what... I think this is a bad idea just because Kevin likes Jaws so much, but I still think it's a good plan based on what we have available to us, unless somebody has other people have other ideas. It was just Elanion and Druin and Knox coming up with this, so if there's other
I have thoughts on how to keep the squishy safe during the
I like that.
encounter.
is it levitate?
It's levitate.
Levitate is the new invisibility, guys. Just so you know.
that's great.
Well, the thing has tremor sense, so if you're not on the ground, it can't see you.
It is true. It does have tremor sense. Some kind. Right. And the other thing was, winter is approaching, so that's one of the reasons that we felt spurred to kind of go out in search of this thing.
Do we know anything about its habits? Like, does it move around in winter? Does it hold up, hibernate? Anything like that?
No idea. These things are
The
so
last time
rare.
I invited it over for coffee, it declined.
It's because your house just lacks so much amenities. I mean, you live in the woods, and
I'm an earth elementalist. What else could the dude want?
They're very picky.
No kidding. Did you say clicky or picky?
Picky. They're very picky.
They
They might be clicky. I don't know.
They seem clicky too.
So let's find the cool Boulet's table, and then we'll...
That's right. We'll just wait there until it shows up.
You thought I was going to be Jaws and Tremors I was referencing. It's really Mean Girls. It's the thing I'm drawing from for this campaign.
Way better than what I thought you were going to say, Kevin. I thought you were going to say Breakfast Club.
I thought so too. That's exactly what I thought. That's our age. That's our age. That's
But Kevin's that old too, I thought.
I am old.
he's yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's got a few more years to catch up. So
I suddenly
I don't
feel
know if he ever
old.
will.
I feel young. Oh man. All right. So then, guys, what are we? Oh hi, Anna says hi. Are you outside?
hey, Anna.
You outside? Yeah. You're cold. All right. That's my own personal boule. All right. What then? Is there anything you guys wish to do tonight, or is the plan to kind of wait and see what happens tomorrow to see if you get an opportunity to meet with Lord Palfrey or what?
Hey, my suggestion is, having dealt with Ranaval yesterday, or today, I guess, is that we approach him tomorrow and ask him if he thinks Palfrey will want to meet with us, because he sounded like he was going to go talk to Palfrey today.
Yeah, Lintern is going. Lord Lintern will go in to speak to his father, and unless you guys do anything special, like there is no dinner in the hall this evening. You guys are sort of you're brought dinner in your quarters, and I think what you probably are, who would probably be stopping by is Ederic. So when he arrives, he knocks on the door. Again, the gesture, not the person. And when you guys are all sort of quartered together in Palfrey's Keep, which of you do you think answers the door? This is probably like 9 o'clock or so at night.
One of the elves. It's got to be Calidor.
Yeah, possibly.
Okay. So Calidor gets up and you answer, and you see that with a grave look on his face, it's Ederic. And he says, "Good evening, Calidor. Might I have a moment with you all?"
Of course.
And
Come in.
he walks in and says, good evening all. Terrible events today. Have you all managed to deal? None of the Palfreys feel that you are in any way responsible for what happened today. I'm certain that is the case.
Does it mean we don't feel responsible?
That is understandable, Dorman. Most understandable. Though, how could you have known that that sword would have the enchantment you say was on it? Terrible. I'm afraid I have more ill news as well. The Count has taken the news of today's events poorly, and his health has soured. He is still in no worse than he was a day or two ago, but I could not tell you when or if he would be able to have any audience with you again. Ranaval, Lord Lintern and I discussed who may be best to meet, and given the service that you've shown to the cudgel in the past, and that you tried to honor that legacy that the Palfreys have with the church, then I thought I would be the most appropriate one to break these news. The Ranaval mentioned an interest in eel pies or some other kind of confectionery. I understand you were interested in some form of business in Thurmaster. Well, My lord, the Count would not be... It would not be appropriate for the Count at this point to be taking business away from a loyal subject, one who has dutifully paid taxes, and a great deal of taxes over the years. He is, however, prepared to support any new venture that you wish to open, whether that would be in competition with the other or not. So, though today is in many ways such a day of sadness, it is perhaps a day of beginnings as well. If you're interested in pursuing your livelihood here. Otherwise, have you a plan in mind to deal with this land shark?
We are discussing.
With a crushing silence, he says, perhaps these things are more dealt with on the day of. I would trust your expertise in these matters as the Count does as well. Then know, as you set out on both endeavors, the new business and the hunt for the land shark, the blessings of the Count and the cudgel go with you.
Do we know what time he's doing the ceremony tomorrow?
The ceremony will, unfortunately, need to wait until the Count's health improves. That may be tomorrow, that St. Cuthbert willing, it may be a week from now, it may be a month. It may be never. We are all mortal creatures. Lords and the low, both. But I thank you. It has been a pleasure meeting you all. I look forward to seeing and meeting with you in future. And again, the blessings of the cudgel upon you all in your hunt. I have full faith that you will be successful. And with that, he's sort of satisfied that he's, with what he's had to say. If you guys want to say anything, you can catch him on the way up, but otherwise he just kind of turns and heads out of the door.
Yeah, I mean, I think Knox is basically barely paying attention. He's so, consumed by all of this thirst and stuff and trying to figure out what's going on that he's kind of, just half paying attention.
Sure. So where, what do you guys think? He leaves, the door closes, you guys have an opportunity to discuss things amongst yourselves. What are you thinking?
Well, I think with regard to the buying of the tavern or the inability to buy that specific tavern, but to open up something else, we don't really care about opening a tavern, as Elanion was talking about the other day. So we could potentially create something like an alms house or something that specifically caters to those refugees that helps them out, and we could potentially fund it. Basically, give them free food and free places to stay.
I mean, the place where you guys have been lodging is already much nicer than the kind of lean-tos and tents and stuff that they've been forced to be in the winter in particular. It's going to be very uncomfortable.
Yeah, so perhaps we could basically invest some money into creating some place for them where the refugees can stay, especially for the winter months. Hopefully temporarily they can not be displaced for too long, but at least to, not force them to pay double and triple rates to this tavern keep.
All right, so Elanion obviously doesn't give two shits about any of this. He would be more than happy to. He's cool with trying to help some people and refugees. He doesn't want refugees to be done, but as a player, I mean, I like the idea of Dorman coming up with a recipe and then selling it on the cheap and teaching some dudes in Thurmaster how to make it, and And I don't. I mean, as long as it pays for itself and can maybe help some people in the back door to give them, cheap places to stay, help protect them from the lizard men or whatever while we're busy and gone. That would be fantastic.
Yeah, I like that. It's a great idea.
How are these refugees? What are they going to do for food in terms of the winter? Or is that
We don't. Well, that's part of the problem. We don't know what anyone in Thurmaster is going to do in terms of food for winter because the lizard men are like stopping the harvest from happening.
Yeah.
So that's why we got to take care of these Bule so we can go down and take care of the lizard men. So then we can train and then they can get their harvest. So.
Yes.
Well, is the
Sorry, I've been out of it for a bit. The last time I was here, we were in a boat and there was a storm coming.
So
the storm's here.
Yeah, it's really telling of this campaign that I couldn't tell you which of the times that was.
I was gonna,
Because like the amount of time that Dave has rolled in the exact same stretch of river, a tornado coming in.
It's that part of the river. That's the problem.
Yeah.
It's not, there's something wrong with that place.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you guys have had all sorts of strange. There was that. Remember, there was those forest fires in the Thornwood at the beginning of the summer.
This whole place is cursed.
Mm-hmm.
Would not buy.
Exactly.
Look for your home elsewhere.
I think the only question that Knox has that he would try to figure out the answer to before we leave would be to see if there, and maybe he knows whether or not this exists, any information that the Palfreys kept on their own history that he might be able to read now or when we get back to look for any kind of mentions of things that would relate to Thurston or any of this to try to start to see why they might have been targeted. But I think I figured out there wasn't.
Aiden, no, like yeah, you did figure out there wasn't, but I mean, what you know from... who's got... Oh, Dave's not here. Say his etiquette would finally come in handy.
Right.
I think that any one of you who have had dealings with nobility, which maybe actually, I'm looking at your characters, I'm like, maybe Carrick might be the closest one here, because like Blade Dancers have a very favored place in Elven society. If it's an elf and it's a noble family, their traditional ancestral home will have reams of written words and written records chronicling all of their achievements and all the other things, right? Not only to brag effectively to other noble families, but also so that it can instill the respect for the name for those born into it. It's not the same kind of restrictions that you'd have with, say, like a samurai caste where there's certain, Bushido and whatnot, but I mean, the idea that a name is important amongst nobility is kind of universal for most anywhere that's got a caste or a class-based system, right? So with that in mind, who knows what's in Broken Spire Keep, then? Because if the family has a longer name, from what you've heard, their name, Paul Frey, is a Keolundish name. So it could very well date back to, they could be a family that dates back to Keolund. I guess another thing that is possible is you could be writing to them. Somewhere in Keolund, I mean, there is the rift between the yeomanry and the Kingdom of Keolund when they got themselves free from them. But if, the nobility in Keolund, they certainly... if one of their ancestors took a fart on a Tuesday, they're going to have it recorded at some point to keep track of those glorious achievements.
Would Carrick know anything offhand using a combination of heraldry and ancient history?
About human stuff? I mean...
I guess, yeah, I would...
Yeah, like if it applied to Elven history or those kind of things, absolutely, but Carrick's sort of been avoiding, he's been tracking down ancient Elven artifacts for the last little while with his buddies until they all died. Although,
and I have ancient history. Oh, sorry, I have ancient history, but I'm not from anywhere near here, so I wouldn't know that kind of information either.
And that might be like too far. That's putting the telescope onto too powerful of a lens, right? It's like using something that can see rocks on the moon to try and look 3 blocks down.
Yeah. I think what I'll just prepare to do is when we return and it makes sense, I will figure out a way to send a missive of some kind to the, to wherever I figure out makes sense to ask questions.
You know what? Here's what's been said, and you've heard it from sages from every port. The place where you can find an answer to almost anything is the city of Greyhawk.
Had a long way.
I thought for sure we would be going to Threshold again.
Giants Fall District is waiting for you. Come on.
Okay, so I'll basically be thinking on this, and I'm not going to do anything about it right now. But these are the thoughts that are passing through my mind, and thankfully with Carrick's input.
I think that both Calidor and Dorman could tell you if you do want to get word, like there will be a price involved too, so you may need to send some money ahead of time for it. But if you what's her name? Baranus.
Baranus, yeah.
The one who runs the shop in Thurmaster, who is also, part of a smuggling network. She could definitely get word to Greyhawk. If you want something looked into, they can get word through her networks. She won't know the answer, and she can't tell you a deadline for when it'll get there, but if there's a sage in Greyhawk, the city of Greyhawk, who would know the answer to this, then,
Okay. Yeah. I'm going to plan to do that, but I won't do it right now.
Sure. Okay. Then, guys, anything else you wish to do this evening, or are we getting going tomorrow?
Elanion's going to spend some time with Cloud Scale in preparation for the trip.
Okay. So,
does anyone have a levitate that I might try and learn for our journey? It seemed like that might come in handy.
It's in my spell book.
okay.
Cool.
It's in my traveling spell book, actually. So.
You want to make a roll for it there, Brent? See if you can
I'm
learn
just
it from
trying
the
to
source?
figure out my chances. I think it's 85, but it's been a while, so let me just double check here.
Sure. What's your intelligence?
18.
18. And
Oh, could be up there in intelligence.
Yeah, I
It's
think it's 85 or 80 or 85.
85%.
All right.
Go ahead and give us a percentile roll. And then if you are able to, you can just roll to see how many days it'll take you. Oh, yeah, easy. Roll to see how many days it'll take you, and roll to see how many pages it takes up in your spell book as well, too.
All right. Sorry, I forget off in the days.
Carrick, did you have enough XP to level up Fighter?
Yeah, I am level 4 at Fighter. I'm not yet at 5.
Okay. Because the reason I ask is because the guys did train Priest, Fighter, and Thief at Featherfall.
Okay. Yeah, no, I am
Enough?
short.
Okay, no problem. No problem. All right, then, guys, what are we doing next, then? The evening will pass uneventfully. The next day, are you guys planning on just, if you're not going to be able to meet with with Count Paulfrey, are you just planning on heading out the next day?
I think so. I'd like to get out, and then maybe we can get back in time for the thing.
Yeah, Dorman's going to do an early morning meet with one of the paladins, and then meet up with the group. So
okay, sure. So you meet with the paladins, and then if you guys need to assume that you're going to be supplied with whatever trail rations, not iron rations, but trail rations that you choose to carry from the larder here. You guys are in search of this thing preying on the folk of Heronshire. They're certainly going to be happy to have you try and hunt this thing down. Then, unless there's anything else, guys, then you will be heading out. Dorman, did you want to make with the mounts again today? Or did you not
there are
prep
only
that?
2 of us that are slow, so I could do that. We would discuss it last night if we needed to. So yeah, I'll do 2 Phantom Steeds so we can keep up with the other ones, if Bergour wants to ride.
Bergour, how are you feeling about that?
It'll basically get us to Thurmaster in a day.
Wait, why are we going back to Thurmaster?
Are we? Isn't that the way to where we need to go?
We were thinking about doing that route there. That.
Oh, the other one?
Yeah.
Or are you going to go... Sorry, are you going overland?
I thought so. I don't know.
That was our plan. Maybe other people have...
Maybe it's a terrible one. I don't know.
Master up the river to around Kuiper's farm and then around from there. But if we're going overland, then...
Because, I mean, yeah, we don't know. They saw evidence, I thought, afterwards of following them along the farmlands. So, like...
Yep.
Which is faster, I guess. What do we think is faster?
Well, we do have a history of storms right along here, so...
That's true.
Can we portage around that place?
So,
right.
Traveling by road, if you guys are able to travel at like the human rate, it's going to be a half day to get to Thurmaster. The reason you travel so slowly is just because it's with the teeny tiny dwarven legs and gnomish legs. Yeah.
And do we have, since we've traveled the river several times, do we have a sense of how long it will take us approximately to get to Kuiper's?
Kuiper's farm is like it's like 2 days or 2.5 days.
Yeah,
Okay.
2.5 or so.
So basically a 3-day journey from Palfrey's Keep.
Yeah, and like you could travel over land as well too. The trouble is the mounts only last for 5 hours, so you're traveling about. Let's see, that's one. Let's do this. It'll be about 2 days going over land as well too. The only downside is you'd be skirting close to Howler's Moor, and you guys have heard rumors about, what's in Howler's Moor.
I don't know if it's worse than a hurricane on a river, or giant toads. And also, we can like keep the redwood within visual, because that seems less dangerous than Howler's Moor.
And it actually does seem a little bit quicker because it's 2 days versus 2.5 to 3.
Mm-hmm.
Given nothing insane going on, but. Unless anybody has another reason to take the river.
I say shake it up. Let's go overland.
Guys, it's been a while since we've had a terror hound show.
I remember those.
Oh, great.
God damn it.
I mean, look, we got Calidor here. He can mess them up really good with that anti-hound sword. But
anti-hound sword.
Mm-hmm.
Dog Slayer. Oh, sorry.
So does anybody have any strong opinion about land or sea? Land or river?
I do.
Okay, I know what it is.
Land, because cloud scale can't be on a boat anyway. So
there you go.
Oh yeah, Brent. Elanion has a new mount.
Oh, what's that?
A giant lizard named Cloud Scale.
Nice.
It is pretty nice. I'm really excited about it because I always feel like it shifts back and forth like this. It doesn't ride like a horse, which is up and down. It's more of the
Obi-Wan in what do you call it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about it.
And you know what? I'm indifferent, or Kirik's indifferent between land and water. Both places I've encountered large windstorms in this area.
Hope Dave's getting a real good rest tonight because he's getting crap kicked out of him here. Oh, jeez.
I'm down for land.
Yeah.
Anybody?
Why not?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Let's do it.
All right. So then, taking your life in your own hands, guys, you guys decided to take the overland trail. Now, are you planning on going straight? Kind of, you said you're keeping straight to the redwood and then kind of keeping it in sight, or what?
I think we would try to go straight northeast and then hopefully.
Now, we've been casting a lot of aspersions
northwest
on Dave and his ability to roll for weather. But guys, you guys are starting a journey today. Who wants to be Dave for today?
Brent.
Excellent. Oh, I like that.
Brand-
idea.
I have a history with rolling poor results.
Not at all.
Well,
it's a
and
new
we're not casting aspersions on Dave. He just keeps. We like that fact that he keeps it interesting.
Well, and the greatest thing too is like I think 1 or 2 times we've had a chance to play the Warcraft game where Dave has not made it. We've rolled Deadly Storm one time and then like Hurricane another time. So yeah, it's just the weather doesn't agree with you in most of these games.
Yeah.
Okay, so
basically it's like I think the chart is like 1 to 10 normal, 11 to 100 disaster.
We've had particularly bad weather in our Legacy of the Crystal Shard game most recently because I've been making use of a new supplement I got. Who was it who wrote those weather rules in there anyway? Oh, you're muted, George, or you're...
Yeah, that's probably good. No, I apologize to everybody in that campaign. I had no idea.
It's made for great stuff.
It's great. And the thing is, it's like you say, it's like 80% chance of normal weather, and there's a 20% chance of terrible weather, and it's always terrible. Brent, why don't you give us 3 percentile rolls, please?
All right. Quick question. Why don't we cut through the redwood? Is there...
let me just... Hold on, guys. Let's use a visual aid that I think Brent will appreciate most here. 2 words for you, Brent.
Oh, yeah, those things.
Yeah, any wood just seems more dangerous than the plain. Just...
Yeah.
It also slows you down, Teal. You'll be moving at half rate going through the redwood as opposed to traveling over land.
Okay,
so
makes sense.
3 percentile rolls, please.
All right.
The second one's the important one.
No pressure.
Well, they're worth different things when you roll them,
Shoo.
John. So
Yep.
they're...
So weather, no wind, clear skies. One more roll, Brent. Or actually, no wind, no precipitation. And clear skies, it looks like, guys.
Nice.
Yeah. There's not a cloud in the sky, so which means that you guys, the chance of getting lost here are quite low. I think I'm not gonna make you guys roll for. Well, I will make you roll for getting lost, but the chance of getting lost is gonna be very, very low. Between keeping an eye, you're either gonna have the half-cut hills in view, or you're gonna have the redwood in view. So, who wants to roll for getting lost? First, does someone want to? Someone who has direction sense want to make that roll first? I think it's Elanion and Dorman who have it. If you roll for both, remember the.
I have it too.
Oh, so 3 chances to roll the nat 20. Guys, you want to all roll?
Let's do it.
We always do it, right? Yeah.
Do it.
Beautiful. Okay, so who wants to roll for getting lost?
Well, George rolled the 1, so he's the luckiest of the bunch.
Well, I might have used it up, but I'm happy to do it. It's just a straight D20.
Sure, percentile roll, please.
Percentile.
Awesome. Yep, that's a great roll. All right, guys. So, plan is to go to within like a mile of the redwood to keep it in view. Is that right? And then kind of hug the side. Sounds good. So we get 2. About there. Boop. There. That is about as far as you guys get. So let's move you over there. Oop.
I really do love that you're able to put the scale in there with the pointer.
Oh, it's amazing.
I borrowed it for my home game.
So, yeah. Guys, once you, for the first about 40 minutes or so of travel, you guys are still, making your way down the hills. You're through some of the farmlands. You cut off the road quite soon and start making your way through. And the farmers' fields very quickly fall away, leaving just this scrub grasslands, that rolling grasslands that goes on for quite some distance. Let me get some more. Here we go. Cheery. Here we go. This is hunting boule music, right?
I'll take it.
Yep.
It sounds innocent enough.
Exactly.
There's a supercut of every time that Sam takes a step in Lord of the Rings, they then cut back to, for every step if I take one more step, it'll be as far away from home as I've ever been. For every time. It's like 9 hours long.
That's hilarious.
Oh, man. I obviously didn't watch the whole thing, but even like watching 10 minutes of it is really funny. So the day's travel, guys, is honestly very pleasant. You know, between Elanion's lizard cloud scale, the conjured steeds that Dorman and Bergour are riding, and the rest of you guys making your way along, it is a relatively, I mean, I don't know, for having felt the, you know, the weight of what's happened, you guys seem to have had nothing but bad news, then bad news, then bad news. It's nice being out in the middle of nowhere. Beautiful late summer breezes, hot sun in the sky, and just you guys going along. And Elanion is, you know, skittering up forward with cloud scale and trying to keep an eye out. You think maybe at one point in the evening, you guys hear howls from off on Howler's Moor, but nothing troubles you. So, everyone mark off one ration for the day. Who wants to roll to see if they can find water?
Is it the end of the day, I think?
Both beginning and ending. You get to roll twice throughout the day.
What do we usually roll for that? I forget.
Percentile.
Oh, just there's no bonuses or anything?
No, it's just a chance of coming across it.
Oh, okay. I thought for some reason I had a bonus or something when I was doing it, but I don't know. Somebody else can do it for sure.
Okay, let's see here. Here we go. Temperate. Nothing in the early part of the morning. Roll one more time. See if you find something in your evening.
Sure.
Nothing either. Jeez, you just can't find a creek. So you guys are going to have to drain your water skins for today. Just keep it. Hopefully you'll be able to come across some water for the following day. Brent, why don't you give us another 3 percentile rolls? Remember, you can just push, also Brent, push the up arrow key to summon the same roll again.
Oh, okay. I did not know that.
No.
Roll 22 Earl. It's coming soon.
Holy Toledo.
Okay. Once again, there's a little bit of cloud cover today, guys, but almost no wind, no precipitation. Another beautiful day.
This is strange and unusual.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I think it's an omen and a foreboding. Is gone. I mean, the weight of stress and everything is lifted with the curse being gone from us and Bergour's back.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's going to be an easy time with the Beulah.
Where's my... Hubris, thy name is Dirt Elf. Okay. Where the heck
Like,
did I...
for somebody who has a new lizard, they don't want to lose. Careful.
No, Elanion is actually tracking the path of a crow flying overhead, and it's quite certain it means things are going to be good.
Well, yeah. Apparently the gods around these parts don't like Clangeddin, so they pester his priest with all kind of weather.
Oh, most definitely. Where?
Dorman's sitting back as he's going on the steed, just sketching up ideas for a wind-driven kite machine so he can go across the plains in fast weather.
Remind me
This
again,
kinda sounds like...
what's his score in his engineering proficiency?
I think he's going to pick that up when he levels up.
So he holds it up, and it's this like stick figure drawing of like a string with him on it. Me
Levitate.
With his arms outstretched.
Jesus.
Made me think of the Kite Master in Pandora. Drives you around in all those quests.
Yeah, they're awesome. Okay.
Jeff, I already kind of miss your Pandaren tonight. I don't know what I'm doing night below on a Friday night.
Oh. Goes from just me and you for a couple weeks in a row to everybody.
Yeah, all these people jumping in on our game, bro.
All right, so the one of the things we're doing in that game too, guys, is we're using the what do you call it, the subplot thing from DC Heroes. So one of the ways to get XP in the game is to introduce a subplot. Give me a subplot to run with, and then we introduce it over the course of the game.
That's cool.
It's kind of being a skinflint with XP in every other respect, so it's the least I could do. What the heck?
I feel like if the GM can't find the book he's looking for within like 60 seconds, we just got to move on. And
You were saying? I'm sorry, Mr. Hobbs. Finish your sentence. Oh man, too many different games over the last little while. Oh boy.
Goodness, this is great.
It is pretty impressive considering the number of books around you that you use in all of these games. So
It's a bit other. Well, because I didn't bother to clean up the fifth 5e stuff from the last time we played too. I've got Ash and AD&D and 5e stuff sitting here, so it was a challenge. 1 second here.
I got AD&D, OSE, and LFG stuff all around.
Oh, nice.
nice.
I don't know why I don't run more. I mean, I know it's too many damn games, but LFG is a really fucking good game. I really enjoyed it when I played. Not just because I got to do a silly voice. That was just a benefit.
That was great. That game was pretty good. We should share that video out more because that game was pretty good.
Mm-hmm. I love my old guy. I made it worse. Oh God. Oh, we played with Sean
Steve
played that too, didn't he?
Yep.
Yeah.
Sean and Steve. Yeah. And Arlen.
Were you in that game, Arlen? Oh yeah, you were. Yeah. I remember. You know what? It's 'cause I remember Brian was such a big personality in that one. I remember that distinctly. Okay.
That was great. I like that picture that showed up there briefly.
I'm trying.
Okay.
The Dorman took the time to sketch out his little kite scene.
Looked about right. Okay, I found what I was looking for, guys. Sorry. Come on, Ankeg.
No.
I haven't had a chance to.
They have huge treasure hoards.
Well, they also make pretty good armor.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to give up this drow armor that I'm wearing, though. There's a drow. What do you guys say?
When I was a kid, we always said Dro, but since some point, I don't remember when, at conventions, people chided me for that, so I went going to Drow.
I never considered calling it Dro before.
I grew up saying drow, and so many people have said dro now.
Oh, interesting.
I say drow as well.
Yeah,
That's what I always
started
said.
off Pro and then got converted at some point. But I was the same thing here. I don't remember when.
Yeah.
Just
Well, I think like Brent and I have known each other since grade 2, so like
Wow.
I think we've always called it drow, haven't we?
I thought we called it Dro, and then somewhere like teenagers somewhere
I don't know.
changed there. But I could be wrong.
Anyway,
My memory doesn't go that far back very well.
it's okay.
Is that the Mandela effect
Well,
going
I
on?
think we spent most of our 20s pickling our brains, so has a lasting effect on you.
Would this nerve ending connect to? Oh, we'll just stick it here.
Let's just get rid of this here. Okay, guys, I got to get to... I do have some good news, and I have some bad news. The good news is assuming you survive, you are likely to get some XP, you fighters. The bad news is you're likely to earn some XP if you survive, fighters. So, you know...
The Bulette surprises us.
Yeah. Well, the Bulette was a surprise roll as well before. It's one of the fun things with this campaign. I didn't plan that out whatsoever. Same with the cursed sword too. Like it just,
that's great.
I rolled it and I'm like, okay, I guess. All right, we'll see where this goes. And what's that?
I was thinking for the Bulette, what if we, instead of levitating us to be out of its reach, we levitated it to...
There is a weight limit on that spell. And I'm pretty sure it weighs a lot more than 500 pounds.
What if 2 of us were or 3 of or 4 of us all casted levitate on the same thing?
You might be able to lift up a horse, but not a boulet.
Oh, that's true. They are huge.
Yeah, I guess
because even a horse is it's like 2,000 pounds.
Yeah, you're a boulet. You're thinking like elephant size.
Oh yeah. Well, didn't we go through this before, trying to figure out what the weight was of like a rhino to figure out how you guys would fit on the boat?
Wouldn't surprise me if we did.
Yeah.
This is a great... I love old school play. Okay, how much does it carry? Can we fit the thing on the boat and the giant lizard? Okay, hold on here, guys.
We just need to shrink spell and then levitate.
We tried that too. It doesn't last long enough.
Okay.
They have a broken wheelbarrow that will attest to that.
I tried.
You got to start naming your pages, Kevin. It's ridiculous. I'm on the stream right now, and they're all named start, copy.
Well, I just renamed mine fields, so I know what one of them is. You can see what it is, though. Okay, I just need to figure out where I left your characters.
Camp.
Oh, here we go. Here's some of them. Oh, okay, I got everybody. Hold on. Everyone stop panicking. Brent, don't panic. It's okay. Everything's completely under control.
This is weird.
There you go.
I'm getting an image of Dorman. This has been a nice, even day. He's just drawing up ideas, just watching the horizon.
Okay.
I don't think he's ever had a calm day.
Hold on. He's on a horse and he's drawing? That's going to look awesome.
Yeah, I know. He doesn't have an artistic skill.
Have you ever been on a horse before?
I have. I've also fallen off one before.
Like,
have you ever tried to draw while riding a horse?
I think that the drawing you had before is a pretty accurate representation of what your work product would look like.
Well, that's pretty good.
Okay, let's see here. Elanion, Knox, Dorman, Bergour, Calidor, and Carrick. Where are you, Carrick? Where are you hiding? You son of a...
In the trees. He's really good at hiding in the trees.
Yeah, he is. Damn elven invisibility. Jesus. Okay, here we go.
Hey, bullets are burrowing creatures, aren't they?
What's that? They are.
But they're probably just magical beasts, right?
This isn't Pathfinder.
Oh, I was just wondering because
this isn't Pathfinder.
I can speak to burrowing animals.
Hey, this is definitely try that.
Yeah.
Definitely try that.
Here, boulet, boulet.
I feel like it would be a lot of gnashing teeth and clicking your claws together.
Oh man, you just disappear in the middle of the goop. Like, if you want to play an Eric Hoker that badly, we can come up with another way to get rid of Dorman, but... Okay, so here we go. Guys, and I don't have Cloud Scale on here, but...
That's okay. He can't die if he's not on there.
Yeah, true. Here we go. For those listening, apologies, folks. We didn't have a fight with... oh, look at this. Pretty awesome. Oh, it'll show up. Boom, there we go.
I've heard in the past people like watching you do the DM stuff.
They have, yeah. I've had people comment on that.
So that's good.
I
What?
am not one of them.
I'm not saying a thing. In my Kalmata game that was just going, they decided to go off on the boats and go looking around at different areas. So it was like all off the cuff.
And that's just it. It goes, sometimes we just have to get stuff on the map that we didn't have before. And one of the nice things with that, accumulation of all these nonsense maps is that we often have stuff we can easily go to then.
Or just draw it. I actually drew a map, but little stick figures pretty much with tokens. It worked out.
I'm actually redrawing what I'm planning on doing after the thing tomorrow. I'm planning on redrawing part of Barrow Maze to be in a 5-foot square scale, because we've been talking about going back to Barrow Maze for a session or two just to pop back in on that. And I started looking last weekend at it, and it's been fun looking back. A lot of good memories in that place. So many dead henchmen. Holy shit. So many dead henchmen. And I think with AD&D second, it'd be a really interesting, probably a better fit than any of the other versions we've used thus far. What's Cloudscale's hit points?
Don't answer.
I don't think I know.
Did we not too many to count?
I thought we rolled them before.
We may have. Let me check my character sheet.
Sure. Yeah, just to see if you got that on there.
Did you put it in the section at the bottom where you have henchmen?
No, I did not put it there. Oh, it even says animal companions.
Yeah.
I can't remember if we did or not, to be honest.
I don't think we did.
Okay.
Because I think I probably would have done it if we did. But then I remember talking about something.
Okay. Wonderful.
Somebody says in chat you should try Stonehell. What's Stonehell?
Yeah, I've had someone write Stonehell's another dungeon. I've got Stonehell actually, and it is really cool. The thing that Barrow Maze has there's a couple things that Barrow Maze does that make me prefer running that, and it's honestly a little easier to run. The very, very flavorful home base with really good, memorable NPCs in it. The chart that gives me the random chance of different adventuring parties in there. The suite of rival adventuring companies that are in there as well, and just kind of the to be honest, at this point we've spent like 60 sessions in the Barrow Maze too, so it's really got a sense of familiarity to it. So I just really like Stonehell is also really great. So is Dwimmermount. I know there's issues with the publisher and with the Kickstarter behind that thing, but Dwimmermount was really fucking cool too. Just the dungeon itself.
Yeah, Stonehell's by the great Michael Curtis. It's not like it's going to be a bad product.
Yep.
So, but I agree. I think that Barrow Maze is more complete and enclosed and easy to run right from the book, where Stonehell is made to be modular, where you can pull things apart and use them anywhere you want. So
yeah. Well, and that's the nice thing. Like Barrow Maze is very Forbidden Caverns of Archaea and Highfell are easier to pick parts out of, but Barrow Maze is very hard to, except for the barrow creation stuff at the back.
Which is awesome, though, too.
It's amazing, yeah.
Yeah,
no, honestly, it's my favorite mega dungeon still. Even in spite of I prefer the way that this whole campaign is going together, but as far as just an individual product with one mega dungeon in it, it's fantastic. Okay, all right, guys. So, would someone give me a D10 roll, please? For no apparent reason. 5, nice.
Hey.
Okay. So, and then that means I need my DMG. Okay, guys. Here we go. I can turn this serene crap off. Come on, we're meaning business now. That's not crap, it's amazing. Where's our... there we go. This one. Let's give Dave his theme song here. Dave, in your absence. Here we go. A little Death and Axes for you. Okay. So, would you guys kindly give me a... let's see here. Uh, 5d10 roll, please.
They didn't beat me to it.
I waited, but
Okay.
he didn't go, so then I just did it.
So then, let me just move this a little bit.
I don't know which one's better though, John. Probably yours.
Well,
Yeah.
there's probably hit points for your lizard.
D10?
I don't know.
I think it might be for our enemies.
AD&D, like
Yep.
the higher
That's
level, just
No, AD&D does, Castles and Crusades does different size hit dice, but AD&D uses D8s for all hit dice. Okay, so guys, no, what you see is this. So you guys are making your way along. And, where are you? Elanion, let me put you on your lizard.
no.
There's Carrick, there's Bergour.
Are they phoenixes?
They are not.
There be 2 Bergours.
That was
Yay.
the Doppelbergor.
Awesome. Great.
There you go. Because this is how we reveal that you turn around, there's 2 of you. How will you find out which one's real? No, what you can see is, I think. Who's got the highest wisdom? Actually, Elanion, you're the one who was watching, kind of keeping watch with cloud scale. I think what you see off to the left is at first what you think is like, is there like a prairie fire coming in our direction?
Mm.
And you can realize that it is dog or hound shaped creatures made of fire. Racing along towards you, guys.
I'm sure Fireball's going to be very appropriate here.
Yep.
Oh man, I was reading my 3rd edition stuff in prep for the overview for it. 3rd edition expressly says that Fireball sets shit on fire, as opposed to 2nd edition.
Yep. Yeah, if it can be ignited, it catches fire.
Whatever the rules say, they say. Just like Fireball's an explosion. Explosions, generally, unless if it's a forceful thing, right? They generally don't catch shit on fire.
True.
But okay, so guys, let's see here. Let's see who is going to roll initiative. Let's. Brent, it's been a while since we already blamed the weather on you. So hold on. Well, let's go to Hobbs. Hobbs, you joined us late.
Boy.
So we're starting off, guys. Everyone decide what you're doing with your round, and then not really going to matter for this how far away they are, but beat my 1, please, Hobbs.
Well, I thought that was a 10.
Oh boy. A 3. Okay, so I am acting on a 1. And I'll tell you how fast your lizard goes there, Hobbs. Ooh, your lizard has a movement of... let me think here. 9 by 3, 50. So you can move 10 squares in non-combat, or if you're not attacking, 5 squares in if you're attacking. Okay, so...
What's its AC? Do you want to tell me that?
Yeah, sure. AC is...
Horrible.
AC's 5.
Ooh, 5, nice.
Give it
Hit dice.
3d8 plus 1. Thaco is 17.
Number of attacks.
1, a bite of 1d8. But if you roll a nat 20, the victim becomes trapped in its mouth and suffers double damage each round. Ben, bars left gates to open it up. Or stick your finger in its butt.
Did you say on a natural?
20.
Nat 20. No, there's an old myth about pit bulls. Their jaws lock. And you have to stick your finger in its butt to get it to open.
I could just see the guy that propagated that myth.
Honestly, like, I mean...
If that doesn't work, you have to do it to the owner.
I just, like, I've owned 2 pitbull crosses in my time. My observation is that it's probably a surefire way to get yourself bit if you're sticking your finger in its ass.
I would imagine so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good lord. Okay.
So weird.
So, it's a urban myth. Okay, so then let's see. We got Knox in there. Elanion, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Carrick, what are you doing? Why are you rolling?
I'm gonna cast armor.
No. So, hi, Brent. We're playing AD&D 2nd Edition. In this game, we decide what we're doing before we roll. The one person rolls for our team, and then once that person rolls, we add the speed of whatever thing we're doing to that number.
So,
Right,
and
so-
armor
It's okay.
is
That's okay.
is
It's been a
one.
while. It's Friday
I
night.
gotta go away for a month, and I'm like, hey, I gotta roll initiative.
It's okay.
And you
Okay.
probably already had armor on.
Yeah, you
honestly.
probably had armor on already. Remember that it lasts until it
Dissip-
yeah.
dissipates.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So then, guys, it is. So they act first, and they are fairly quick. So let's get them moving. 1, 2, 3, 6. Okay. Yeah. So they are racing towards you guys. First up, we have Elanion on a 3. What are you doing?
Moving.
Please do. Next up will be you should have control over Cloud Scale as well. What'd you roll for Cloud Scale's hit points?
I didn't roll.
If I don't roll him, Kev can't kill him. Oh, poor Cloud Scale.
I'll move to the back and jump off so I
What-
can cast. Because I don't figure I probably can't cast like with just riding. I wouldn't think just like you can't really fight from riding very well
As long
unless
as
you
it's-
have like
if
land-based
it's
riding or something.
stationary, I think you can cast. You don't need to jump off. I mean, you can
Okay.
also roll hit points because I'm putting his bar together. If you like.
Jesus, all right, Kevin. God.
Come on, beefy Cloud Scale.
Do I get to roll 68 and get advantage on them?
No, unfortunately not. Hey,
nice.
that's pretty freaking good. Though.
Nice.
nice.
one.
Was it plus
Yeah, I
1?
didn't do the plus ones.
That's okay. That's no, the plus 1 is to the total, not to each individual dice.
Okay.
But that is still respectable. He's got more hit dice than what you do, doesn't he?
No.
Hit points? No, not yet. Okay, there we go. Boom.
Almost more than me.
There's Cloud Scale. Cloud Scale. Okay, so you've gone trotting. Next is Knox the Unexpected on a 4. What unexpected thing is he going to do?
Some unexpected thing. He conjures 3 motes of bluish energy, and it's going to target the closest one, which I feel like is that one right
I may
there.
have anticipated that.
But not surprising. I have a massive range, so I can easily reach that creature. Well, whether it will do any damage or not, I do not know, but I will try.
Which one are you targeting?
The closest one, which I'm going to say is this one
Okay,
here.
Got it. Let's see here. Oof. Okay. So let me put a health bar on this Yama Jamma, and then. Alrighty.
I'm a little bit heavy on the fireball preparation, so I have some limitations on what I can
is-
cast.
Okay. They're probably going to need some healing at some point, so that'll be very helpful anyway.
That's what I figured. I'll help him out.
Okay, so first one gets
got that.
tagged. Those magic missiles of yours strike it. Bits of it seem to be chunking away as if like crusted magma was flaking off and falling behind it with sparks trailing. Next up is Carrick on a 5 and Dorman on a 5. What are you guys doing?
Good, Kirk.
Step back to align myself with the 2 guys and grow big using enlarge.
Nice.
I haven't used it yet, so
Okay.
I'll be a big elf.
What about you, Dorman?
Dorman is going to use his last remaining 3rd level spell to cast down here. I've got 150 yards, and I'm going to, just in the center mass, I'm going to do slow in a 40-foot cube.
Okay.
And there, so whatever. Here's a
Okay.
spell.
They all get saves, don't they?
Yes, it's going to affect 5 of those creatures, and save us a spell at -4 penalty.
Okay. Why is it a -4 to the spell?
The spell says so.
Okay. That's what you sound like. Hold on. Okay, so 5 of them.
Actually.
Yes. Seriously. You sound like an internet comment. Just kidding, John. I appreciate you knowing how your spell works. That's great. Okay, so 3 of them make their save, 2 of them do not. So let me put
yes.
blue for slow. Boom.
Nice. That's great, Jonathan.
Okay, excellent.
That's my big flashy spell. Ooh.
Is their movement halved then too?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Okay. Then that's our spellcasters. Next up is Calidor. What are you doing?
He is drawing his sword and moving. Actually, he'll stay where he is, and he will duck behind his shield.
Okay. Bergour, you're up next. What are you doing?
I'm gonna step into line, get my shield out,
Okay.
and on my arm and all that.
Very nice. Oop. 10:40 at night, and fucking Dell is, or whatever my computer manufacturer is like, do you want to install updates? No. Motherfucker, no.
Yes.
All right. So then I think that brings us to the end of the round, right? Everyone's acted. We are done, guys. Next round, number 2. Hobbs, we thank you for rolling initiative and for sharing the opportunity with George. George, you're up next. Everyone decide what you're doing with your round, and then kindly beat George my 4.
All right, here we go.
You want big money? Ooh,
Nope.
ooh. All right, my slow dogs are going first here. 1. Okay, they are getting closer. Let me move these guys up here. Boom. Oh, closer. Boom. The other non-slowed ones, dang it. Okay, here we go. Up there. And the slowed ones. Alrighty. So they are charging in towards you. It sounds kind of like barking, but it honestly sounds more like wood splintering and breaking in a bonfire. Then we are on to our heroes. Carrick, you're up first on an 8. What are you doing?
I've been carrying around this Fang of Fury since, I don't know, one of the first adventures I played. So I'm going to use it finally and go for the extra 5 hit points.
Nice.
Awesome.
Did we mention that transforms you into a gnoll?
Sweet.
Just kidding. Just kidding.
That actually not be too bad.
Oh. Okay. Then is that all you're doing, or is that?
Well, I guess I'll make sure. Yeah, I'll have my sword at the ready. Otherwise, I'm just patiently waiting for them to show up.
Okay. No, not to worry. Their fire breath will come in pretty
slow.
soon. Next is Dorman and Knox. What are you guys doing?
Good, Jonathan.
Moving back 10 feet, and then I'm enlarging Bergour.
Okay.
Nice. I'm doing something similar to last round and to what Dorman did. I'm moving back. I don't like the look of those dogs in general, considering my previous experiences.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to combat move back, and then I will cast my magic missile at the same one that I targeted. That's still in the front there.
Okay. Very nice.
11 more.
Good hit. Oh, let me make sure I copy this one before you eradicate it.
Well, I'm running out of spells, so.
Okay. All right. Then, what about Dorman? What did you have in mind?
Oh, I'd move back and enlarge Bergour.
Oh, okay. Got it. Then it is Elanion and Bergour. What are you doing?
That's a pit that Elanion is creating. It's a throwback for a pit. Put it in front of these guys, and the runners can hopefully fall into it.
You got it. You know hellhounds fly, right?
Nope.
Hellhounds?
I don't even know. That's not perfect. It's a 20-foot radius pit.
20-foot radius. Okay, so see here.
20 feet deep.
20, 10. Yeah, that's about right. That's about right.
I'm close. Yeah,
Yep.
I was off a little bit.
Okay. I just can't grab the damn thing. Hold on.
No?
No, I can grab it, but I can't move the fucking thing.
That's weird.
Maybe you can. Can you
I can't.
move
No.
it? Hold on. Let me
Yeah. I can move it now. I can.
Yeah, go ahead and position it.
Nope, it won't. I can select it, but it's not letting me position it.
Yeah, I don't know what's. Oh, here we go.
I ruined everything. Oh, it just moved.
Hey, look! I just learned something else with the tutorial.
Oh, there you
guys. You can move it using arrows.
It's got the slow spell on it.
Is that about right?
Right.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
That's right. Fine.
So one of those, actually, the one in there needs to make a save. He failed. How much damage did he take? I was joking about them flying.
3. Oh, he is flying?
Hold on. I don't think they can fly.
Please don't fly.
They cannot, no. Nightmares can.
Point evades the meat. Stationary or slow-moving characters who fall in suffer 2d6. Running or charging characters suffer 3d6.
Go ahead and roll 3d6 damage.
Nice. Oh, still pretty good. I'll take it.
Just enough. It hits the ground and it breaks into like broken chunks of magma and embers. Then it is Caldor. Oh, hold on. Who did I miss? Bergour, what are you doing?
Bergour is just drawing his sword, completely unsurprised that somebody, fucked up his chance to charge these things.
Yep. And then it is Caldor. What are you doing, Caldor?
You guys could take the sides because they're not going to come through the center now. They're going to come around.
Yeah, I think Caldor will keep his shield at the ready and move up the side here.
Unless they can jump over the thing, I guess. But
we'll find out, right?
Okay. Then that is, I think, the end of the round, guys. So, round 3.
I felt bad that I didn't do it the first round because you guys, I thought that was a thing. Elanion is always going to cast Pit against charging enemies.
Yep. John, we're on to you now. Everyone decide what you're doing with your round. And then, John, would you kindly beat my 5?
Nope.
Okay, I'm acting on an 8, so I'll go with my round. Unfortunately, I already had something different planned before that was there, so some of these bank off to the side here. And then I need... Let's see here, let me finish moving all of them into position. Okay. Go. I think one of them is going to have to make... he knows it's there now and they weren't charging, so... 6... Okay. And there we go. And then the slow ones. Okay. Now, let's see here. These are going to be a series of saves, guys. Saves versus breath weapon. Okay. Bergour, Carrick, and Caldor, would you each give me a save versus breath weapon, please? On a success, you take 2 points of fire damage. On a fail, you take 5. DR does not help with this. I'll let you guys apply your damage appropriately.
I go with my tooth.
This one.
Okay, so it's a fail, success from Bergour, a fail from Caldor. So 5 points of damage on a fail, 2 points of damage on a success. Bergour and Carrick, I need another save versus breath... Oh, and Cloud Scale. Sorry. Save versus breath weapon. Cloud Scale save will be...
17 makes it, I'm sure.
17 versus breath weapon.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
I would be surprised if it doesn't. Yeah.
How much on the second one?
Oh, come on.
Same amount, 5. And then Bergour, I need another save from you, please. Versus breath weapon.
All right.
You guys use any earlier? Or is John on top of this?
We got 1 point left. Well, actually, no, 3 more people
3?
joined. So we got 4 left.
4 in total. Yep. And then each of these does 5 points of damage on the save. So then, sorry, and Caldor, I need 1 more from you too, please.
Oh, sorry a second.
Make that 2 more from you, sorry. These things are also... Obviously, what's happening, guys, is these things, as they're riding up, there's this blast of flame coming in from almost every direction.
Okay, we have How many left? Did anybody reroll? Nobody reroll?
I don't know. I don't know if anybody did.
So Bergour would have had a total of 4 saves. Is that right? Nope. 3 saves. 3 saves from Bergour.
Okay, I've done 3 saves.
Okay, good. So apply your damage. 2 on a successful save, 5 on a failed. So Cloudscale would take 2 points of fire damage.
Got it.
And then that is the end of their turn, guys. Then it's on to our heroes. Elanion, you're up on a 9. What are you doing?
I am moving.
Okay. You know what? Give me a... Do you have land-based riding as a proficiency now?
I have an extra one. I haven't taken it yet. I think we decided I was going to, though.
Yeah. So give us a dexterity check then, please. Because, Cloudscale's going to rear when he takes that damage, or she. We don't know what Cloudscale is, a boy or a girl or something altogether different.
14.
Okay. And then, were you doing anything other than moving, or was moving your all your turn?
I'm going to cast a magic missile as well.
Okay. Well, if you remain stationary, you can cast it.
Oh, okay. If I don't, all right.
Yep.
No, I failed the dex check anyway. Aye.
Okay, so you're actually knocked off of Cloudscale back where you were there. Oof, and you actually animated yourself as down too. That's good. So Cloudscale will skitter over where he went, or it went. Then it is everyone else is on an 11 apparently. So what is everybody else doing?
I'm moving back, combat move, and then I'm going to slam the staff into the ground and summon forth angelic cords. No, rock slide. And I'm going to place him. Well, you can put. I'll put him when you place him, but he's going to be on the northern end of that pit.
Okay.
Adjacent to one of these creatures.
You got it.
But I'll put him exactly where he's going to be.
Boom. You go ahead and place him wherever you like.
Okay, so he's going to be up here. He emerges from the ground.
Yep. Okay.
Dorman's casting Levitate and kicking himself 10 feet in the air.
Okay. Of course he is. 38. His hit points are ready. That's awesome.
Yeah, pretty good.
Okay. Anyone? We got Carrick. We got Calidor. We got Bergour.
Calidor is going to step up and attack this flaming monster.
Your hound bonus will definitely apply against this.
Nice.
Thank goodness.
Ooh, solid hit. Cool. Yep. Medium-sized creature. Okay, let me just get a hit point 1 down there. Oh, that's rock slide. Oh no! Oh no!
Oh yes, 2 rock slides.
You really want to be fighting a rock slide? There we go. Boom. Okay, so that is solid 13 points of damage. Nice. Not enough to take it down, but enough to take it down to half.
Nice.
All right. Then what about Bergour?
Bergour is charging in to smack that guy.
Please do. While you're doing that, I'll get the token set up here.
Awesome.
Okay. Another solid hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Poor puppy. Ooh, plus half again.
Another, nice. Well, plus half again, so that's another 19 damage. Holy shit.
Awesome.
Large.
Yeah, so you almost completely reduce this thing. Giant chunks of its body are chipped away. But you can feel the heat of this thing standing next to it. This is like standing next to the burning forges back in your home in one of the Ulek states. The one I forget. Carrick, what are you doing? Or did you act already?
I'm going to try and move up, and the original plan was to see if I can pull this off still. Can I move through a friendly?
Yep. So if you're moving adjacent to a target, you will take an attack of opportunity.
Oh, that's right. Can I stand on half of the edge? Like here? Or am I gonna...
Yeah, give me a dex check. It's only 2d6 damage if you fall.
Yeah, it's only 20 feet deep.
Well, it's not falling that I'm worried. It's trying to get back out again. That's sorry.
Yeah, both.
Okay.
Oh crap.
Isn't it 20 points of damage with the new rules, not 2d6?
No, fall. No, it'd be 10 points of damage.
10?
Yeah. It wouldn't be you know what?
If I moved here, that would give me. He would take an attack opportunity against me.
He would. Yep. You want to risk it?
Sure, why not? Whatever.
What's your AC?
It is 0 with the funky new armor.
Then I missed. Snaps at you. Go ahead and roll damage, or roll your attack rather.
Okay, I prepped color spray, so
you took damage this round, right?
From the fire.
From the fire.
Oh yeah, that was this round. Yes.
So you lost your spell.
I will run up and do.
Brent, remember AD&D. You declare your action and you stick with your action.
Right. I will say hi, puppy.
Yeah. Now, one thing your character would know though, you would lose a spell, but you would know that you didn't have the spell available. So you didn't have to move in there if your character wouldn't have done that. Your character would have known that he lost his spell.
Okay.
So I'll let you decide. You can go ahead and make the decision on this. So guys, we're 5 minutes past our quit time right now already, and it's midnight some people's time. Do we want to leave this combat the way it is and come back to it on Wednesday, or do we want to finish the combat? If anybody says no, then we're ending it.
I'm fine.
I know Arlen was chewing on energy drinks to start the session.
No, but I could do 1 or 2 more rounds,
okay.
Definitely. More than that, I'm gonna fall asleep at my desk. But you know, that's
Jeffrey,
just
how about you? You're the only other one on midnight time. Well, Brent is too, but Brent's a fucking insomniac.
That's fine. I'll sleep sometime.
So, what was that, Jeff?
We can see how it goes. I'm pretty tired, but whatever.
No. If Brent, Jeff, if you don't want to, if you're too tired, then we don't go on. That's it.
Yeah, no hard feelings.
Yeah, not at all. I mean, I can kill you on Wednesday. I can kill you today. It's fine by me.
Yeah, Jeff, you make my wife happy, so.
Yeah.
Say that I'm tired?
Yeah. She's sick of the headache excuse with you, Jeff.
Right. Exactly.
All right, so let's do this, guys. It's gonna take time to get through the outro anyway, putting us probably at 10 after. Let's call the session here with everyone. No one's on fire or anything yet, so I mean we're good. We know the spell is active, and I mean what a pleasant surprise it's going to be for Will to come back to find all these things here for him. So, all right, guys. Then what we'll do is let's award XP for this. Oh, thanks, John, putting your spell effect in there too. So, guys, once again, we're going to give you some great. There was some terrific role playing going on today. What was the total? What do you call it? Total amount of astonishing fortune that is left?
4.
And as much as I do like Death and Axes, it is a bit more intense than I want for my outro. All right. So, 4 points of astonishing fortune, pretty good. And then, oh, Max isn't with you either. Shit, you guys are supposed to have Max with you if you were in search of the. Did you intentionally leave him behind?
No, I think we forgot about him.
He's not. He wasn't with us.
No, he was in Thurmaster.
At Parlay. Yeah, at Parle Phrase. He's going to be mad.
Yeah.
I say it's Jonathan's fault.
Vengeful weirbear.
Max is mad at me, but he's still alive. I'll accept it.
Okay, let's see here. So, I'm giving you each... So I'm going to include this in the total here, but I'm giving you each 200 XP for role-playing today, because that was... You guys all did a really, really good job. Got 200 for that. You didn't defeat any... Oh, you defeated what's-his-name. So, I'll give you XP for that, too.
Intern.
Okay, so guys, divided by 6 of you. You guys are each walking away with 317 XP. Oh, that's great. Yeah, look, especially for you guys. I'm sorry for introducing a combat thing so late, and then we chatted for a whole bunch beforehand. That's my fault for introducing combat so late in a session. I really try and be mindful of the time that we're playing. So 316 is the total XP for today, guys. Congratulations. That's in addition to whatever class-based. You can count your class-based spell XP from this fight if you like, because we'll probably forget about it by next time.
Okay.
But I will give you the fighter XP once you guys actually defeat this stuff. Although, you know what? Why don't I give you for one of them? Because I'll forget. Oh, here. Well, let's just do this. There we go. Note for me. So then, for those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us for session 96 of our ongoing Night Below campaign. As is always the case, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns regarding the session, the campaign, the game we're playing, please do not hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section of the video, and I will endeavor to reply in a timely fashion. I got caught up in my emails today. In addition, you can find me on Twitter at Dungeon Musings, and you can find me by email. My email address is dungeonmusings@gmail.com. And very shortly, if anyone else has contact information too for their blog posts, for their Instagram, for their Twitter, for whatever else, you will find it on here too, because I plan this weekend to get caught up and get everyone's contacts. If you want to check out George's IMDb entry as well too, which I encourage you to do over and over.
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do it.
And over again. It is great. Please don't hesitate to contact them or check out what they are doing as well too. Hobbs and Arlen both have a terrific YouTube, and Hobbs has a terrific Twitch site as well too. Both the guys also have podcasts. Hobbs has 3 under his belt, and they have a joint one in the making as well too. So tons of great content. And more often, what you can do is you can find information about that on the Dungeon Musings Discord server as well as their sites as well. You can find a link to the Dungeon Musings Discord server in the link in this video, where all of us are active. You can find channels dedicated to this campaign, this game, every other campaign we run on the channel, as well as a bunch of other great stuff. We also have, from now until April 1st. Oh, you know what, guys? You know what? It's almost officially where you guys are. It's February 6th, and we have not, as far as I can tell, we have not had someone cast a tie-breaking vote.
So, if I donate right now, I could choose?
If you donate right now, you can choose. It would trump, unless Brian is still listening.
That's awesome.
No, I'll let the die decide.
Okay. So
I was going to say, if he does, then I'm going to, just to make it a tie.
What we're talking about, guys, is on the channel, our fundraising initiative is the Heroes Save Villages campaign. It's a campaign that benefits SOS Children's Villages International, a really awesome organization active in over 130 countries that benefits over 80,000 orphaned and abandoned children. Hey, Brent, you want to take a guess at how much we've raised so far this year?
I have no idea. I know you guys have been doing really well.
So as of right now, we're just over 1,400 for January.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's pretty impressive. For
the generosity of the community is fucking staggering.
And January is always bad for charity, so that's amazing.
It's incredible. The generosity of the viewers and everybody is just outstanding. Those who donate to from now until April 1st, 2021, you get a chance to, not only do you get a chance to participate in the charity games by way of selecting what games we're playing or voting for them at least, participating in outfitting our heroes and so forth. What you also get to do is every $25 Canadian donated gives you a chance to win one of our very awesome prizes that we have for our first charity raffle of the year on April 1st, 2021. The grand prize is a copy of Beetle and Grimm's Platinum Edition Icewind Dale Rime of the Frost Maiden. It's this phenomenal product, $500 at retail US, that they have donated for us to have as our grand prize. The second prize is another donation from the great people at Beetle and Grimm. That is a copy of the silver edition of that, equally awesome, just not quite as many bells and whistles. We also have a chainmail dice bag made by our very own armorsmith Dave. We have a dice tray made by our resident carpenter, Andrew, and we have a bunch of cool stuff from the Dungeon Musings Red Bubble Shop as well, too, including t-shirts and posters and some other neat stuff. So lots of great prizes, lots of great opportunities to help out these kids who could really use some help. None of the money comes to the channel. None of the money goes to any other middleman. It all goes to SOS Children's Villages International. In addition, right now, we're ending the first charity game of the year. First charity game will be on February 27, and the 4 games that were up were all post-apocalyptic games. We're doing thematic games every 2 months now. The themes are Degenesis RPG, or the games available, Savage Rifts, Beneath the Monolith, the 5th edition conversion of the Numenera setting, and Soulbound, the RPG based on the Warhammer Age of Sigmar setting. So, Arlen, since you were the first one to speak up, why don't you give us a 1d4 roll? I've got all 4 listed in there. Let's see what we're playing on the 27th.
All right. Anybody want to call it before I press enter?
4.
4?
2.
Top to 4.
Oh, it is a 2.
Savage Rifts! Savage Rifts.
2, my lord.
All right. So then, thank you once again, everybody who voted for the games. We did have a neck and neck. The reason we're rolling is because each one of the games got an equal number of votes on it. So Savage Rifts is what we will be playing. If you want to vote for what we're playing in our next charity session, remember that every time you, as long as you donate between January 1st and April 21st or April 1st, you get a say in what we're playing. And if you did donate as well, be sure to check in the week before, because you will have an opportunity to help outfit our heroes. There's going to be some options for you spending the same amount you donated to help kit out our heroes, because they're going to need it. Rifts is full of absolute bullshit. That game is so deadly. And I can't wait to get all of it out into play. So, again, if you are interested in donating, you can find a link in the link below. Gives you a chance to win some gaming stuff, help some kids, and have some fun with some of the folks on the channel. Last thing I will say is a huge thank you to all of the players. So, Hobbs, George, John, Arlen, Jeff, and Brent, thank you so much for joining me tonight, guys. What a terrific way. We started off with 3. We ended up with 6. What a great way to spend a Friday evening. No one hit a new level, I don't think, with 300 XP. No?
Waiting for training.
All right, then. For those listening at home, once again, thank you so much for joining us for this Friday night. We hope the weekend is off to a great start. We also, if you are joining us during the current crisis, we hope this finds you healthy, safe, and weathering the current crisis as well as can be expected. We hope that we've given you a couple of hours to take your mind off of the troubles of our world and think about the troubles that our heroes keep getting themselves into. And until we see you again, stay safe, stay healthy, and happy gaming.
Bye. See ya.